Was this the way or was this not the way? Let's find out tonight. Hey everyone, welcome back to the first ever movie review-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Grace.
And we are back with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie review.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Drew is jet-setting in Florida with his son Miles, and he's using a friend's computer and mic setup. And so he didn't have his soundboard.
No.
And that's why we're not on Twitch, but we're doing a poor man's live stream in Discord. Grace, she's in her law school right now in one of the rooms, and I'm back in my apartment, and we've had a lot of technical difficulties to get you this recording. So be thankful that we are putting all this effort in for you, the fans.
True.
But we tried to get Andrew.
Yeah. What happened?
For like 2 months. We're doing it on this date. Just be there. Just plan for it. Just do it. And we keep reminding, keep telling him. And every day, like last week, hey, you coming? And he wasn't really gonna. And then he says last night he wasn't going to come. So that was very sad. It would have been really fun. Yep. It would have been really fun to have all four of us. I told him to send in a voicemail. He didn't send in a voicemail. I don't know. So go on his social media, that K-pop guitarist, and bug him and shame him.
Putting this kid on blast right now.
Yep. That's what we gotta do. But this is technically the first canon movie review we've done at Empire Radio. Wow. We did The Rise of Skywalker on the Mandalorian podcast back in 2019, like the last week of 2019. And we've done the Ewoks movies before, but those aren't canon. No. So we have done movie reviews, but this is the first canon one. So this is super exciting. First Star Wars movie since 2019, and a very controversial movie in the fandom right now. And I'm hoping that we have a wide variety of takes and opinions and critiques, because we're three very different people. And I think we can have a good discussion tonight. And we're just kind of going to wing it. We're not going to do our book reviews or episode breakdowns or we go scene by scene, because I'm not going to sit in the dark room.
We also don't want to spoil it.
Oh, yeah. What is our spoiler situation, Jeremy?
No, it's spoilers, but we're not going to tell the whole story is what I'm trying to say.
Well, okay. We'll tell it as we're talking about it. So
sure, but we're not going to go scene by scene.
Well, we'll general scene by scene,
just
progress it. But
sure.
But I just want to go over overall thoughts, and this is how you're going to answer your overall thoughts: was this the way, or was this not the way? That's how you're going to answer. Or you could say you're still trying to figure out the way. So we'll go with our special guest to start off, Grace. Was this movie the way, or was this not the way for you?
It was probably not the way for me. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, why do you say that?
We're obviously going to get into it, and I have plenty of positive things to say about the movie. I think that a movie with Grogu in it is hard to argue with, and I did feel like the 20 minutes or so where we just had Grogu were pretty great, and there were also some great Din and Grogu moments, but generally, I was disappointed by the fact that this movie felt very light on the plot, very light on the character development, and kind of light on the, connection to the TV show or lore advancement. I think a lot of people didn't like the last season of the TV show because it had all the Mandalorian lore, and that's fine. I can see why they might want to course correct some of the stuff that we didn't like from season 3, but I don't know. I would have just liked a little bit more about what it means for Grogu to be a Mandalorian and a Jedi, and what's going on with Bo-Katan, and what's going on with Peli or some of our other characters from the show. So sorry, I don't know if that is what you wanted, but those are my
however you
initial
want to
takes.
answer it.
Yeah.
How many times did you see it?
I've only seen it once thus far.
Okay. And did you see it with people or did you go by yourself?
I went by myself on Thursday night.
Ooh, opening night. That's pretty cool.
Opening night, I discovered that if you go to AMC, you can get like a kids deal where you get a small popcorn and a drink and a candy and a fruit snacks, which is for like $11. So those of you who have kids should lock in on that or not. You can also get it alone as an adult. How did you guys see it?
Well, we saw it opening night as well at Marcus Theater, which
together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, because Grace, you saw that picture of me biting into that burger because I saw that you liked it. Mm-hmm. So first, I got to shout out Marcus Theater because that smash burger that they make there, top 3 burgers I've ever had in my whole entire life.
Wow.
Dude, it was surprisingly good.
Walk us through it. Like, what are the fixings?
Well, it was just a basic thing. It was a double smash burger. So, they get the little. They had to have made it their like actual smash burger. It wasn't like a frozen patty that they like a lot of restaurants like whatever do. It's like they literally did a real smash patty. They did it. You could taste that it was done there on like a flat top, and it was
what's
fresh.
A smash burger? Sorry, we're gonna have to back up.
Oh, that's right. You're vegetarian. So you get like a small like ball of ground beef or whatever meat you're using, and then you do like on like a flat top or whatever, like in the frying pan or whatever, and you put the ball in, and then you smash it with to make it flat. So it gets really thin, so it cooks really fast and gets crispy, and so it's like a quick thing, and it's very kind of crunchy, little like nice browning on it. So that's like what a smash burger is. You smash it down and it cooks really fast and then it's done. And so that was so good. I couldn't believe how good that was. And like
he ate it in like a minute.
I'm a fast eater anyway, so it could have been terrible and I would have do it. But like I burned my tongue the first bite because it was so hot. I'm like, how is this hot? Like for like a movie theater burger, but
yeah. Would you like somebody to sue the movie theater for you?
Huh?
Since you burnt your mouth.
Sue? Somebody?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I enjoyed it too much, and maybe I'll tag them on Instagram, shouting them out, and maybe they'll give us some free stuff. So I don't want to get on their bad side.
At the breaks, Grace. I know you're excited to start suing people, but jeez. Like, hey, I know someone.
But yeah, so Drew and I went. And the thing is, how full was the theater when you went?
It was pretty full. I did not see a lot of other women in the theater. I did not.
And if they did, they were with their boyfriend or husband, probably.
Yes, but I would say
be there.
In the whole theater there were maybe 3 of us.
Oh, cool. Oh.
I did see a couple children, but it was late. It was 8 p.m., so it makes sense that there weren't a lot of kids. What was the vibe like for you guys?
It was pretty empty.
Kind of empty.
Oh.
It was like maybe 25% full.
Oh my gosh.
Like I couldn't believe like how few people were there. Now, they were doing like showings like every like hour. So there was So I think it was maybe just because there's so many, because that theater itself has like 20 different screens in it, so it might have just been because it was diluted, and if they had fewer, it would have been more full. But like,
and they also had a big room that we didn't go to, and that fits like 500 people.
Yeah, we went to one that probably has 200 seats in it, so it's still big, but there's probably only like 50 people in there, and so it was just there wasn't like an atmosphere of like hype in there.
Cheering during certain spots, because like when I went to see Solo, like everyone cheered at the end. Like there's certain moments in Star Wars films that like when you're seeing them together, like people are cheering or laughing. Like even when I went and resaw episode 3 at that theater, it was packed and it was like that where like people were cheering during certain parts, even though like everyone's seen the movie a million times, but like they're always like those moments. So yeah, we didn't really get any of that. Like no one clapped at the end of the movie, which is like a typical thing that people do. So it definitely felt different. And I saw it again yesterday, and there was 4 people in the theater. But it was on a Tuesday in the afternoon, so like it's a little different. But
yeah, and I went in at 2:00 on Monday to the cheap theater, and that was only maybe 30% full.
Okay, so it was more full. But
more
everyone
full,
had the day off, and
I was like, I don't know, it was Memorial Day, so like people are still all busy doing holiday stuff. But like, I don't know, just the theater experience was kind of underwhelming. But
that's fair.
Drew, did you go with Miles?
Yeah, I saw him with Miles yesterday.
I would be curious to see what was his reaction.
He loved it.
Yeah,
because it's all action. Like the whole movie is just one continuous fight, essentially. And like, so as a 4-year-old, like it was goated. Like everything he wanted it to be. It was that fighting, action packed, and the story was easy to follow along for a little kid. So like it wasn't like too. And he like walked out. He's like, Jabba the Hutt's kid is the best guy ever. And I was like, bro, like he loves him now. So
oh my goodness. Yeah. So fine. Like that, I feel like this is perhaps just a movie for kids.
I think it's more like towards like definitely if you've never seen The Mandalorian, this is how they designed it. Or like I was telling Jeremiah, like if this movie came out before the show came out, we would have thought this movie was amazing because we didn't need to know anything yet. So like to have something where it's like, okay, this character, he's on a mission for the new, like the whole story plot. Like if we didn't have how many hours do we have of the Mando? Like 6 hours already. Like if we didn't have that and we had this, like everyone would think this movie would be amazing. There would be no debate on it. But because we've had so much lore and so much story behind him, like having him like this is kind of like, oh, okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But Drew, would you say this movie is the way, or would you say it's not the way?
I would say it's the way.
Okay. And why would you say that?
Because I think it's exactly what they wanted it to be, which is a movie that shows you these characters, that lets anyone come in. Like I said, like you don't have to see The Mandalorian to start watching this movie. You can just jump in and watch it. And I think a lot of times you can over-explain a storyline. Like how would they compact 3 seasons of him and explain it on screen? You can't. So to just have a basic story, I think like what made it everything better is if they would have just added like Hera calling, hey, Thrawn's back. Like something like that would have like fixed everything. Everyone would have been like, oh, okay, now we're all caught up. But we also don't really know the exact timeline of this. Like this could be the exact same time as the Ahsoka stuff going on. So we don't even know, like, is the Ahsoka stuff not even happening yet? Or is it the exact same time? Is this like a week after he bought his house? I think it's a little longer because he already has like pets and he's kind of more established, but like we don't really know the timeline, and they did that on purpose so that they could argue like, oh no, that was before the Ahsoka events, which is why it doesn't tie into it. But I think, I don't know, it's an enjoyable movie. After seeing it a second time, I was like, oh, I like this part of the movie. And the action's really well done. Like nothing seems cheesy. Like nothing seems like it feels like you're watching John Wick. Like honestly, like I was thinking about it, and if you ever seen John Wick, it's a guy with his dog. Well, it's not a dog, it's Grogu. But like, you know what I mean? Like he's doing these missions and he's just killing people, and like that's kind of all it is. And then at one point he gets hunted, which is literally John Wick. Like the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is literally just John Wick in Star Wars. Like that's all it is. So it's like he starts a mission, he kills someone, and then he didn't fulfill the mission properly. Then those people are attacking him, and then he has to defend himself, and then he ends up going back and destroying it so that he doesn't have to run away anymore. Like it's literally just the John Wick story. So like, I don't know, it's entertaining. If you like action, you like Star Wars, if you want a mindless movie to just watch with a kid and have fun, I would recommend it. If you want something more deep and more Star Wars heavy base, then watch Rogue One. Like, I don't know, but I think it's fun. Like, it's a good movie. I don't think it's not anything where it's like I got out of it and I was like, oh, I hated this part or I hated this thing. It was just a fun, chill movie. And the only thing I really didn't like was that it didn't tie us into the Thrawn stuff. And I think that's the majority of everyone's thought, is that it didn't tie into Thrawn stuff, so it's not a good movie. But I don't even know if the Thrawn stuff is there yet. We don't know. Yeah. So
yeah,
all right. I want to change my reaction then. I kind of agree with Drew. Like I think that's exactly it. Like I had no negative feelings except that I wanted more, and like maybe that's not actually a negative feeling. That's just kind of like, great, give us season 4 of the show.
It could be. I'm not saying it's fine if that's your thought, and that's everyone's negative thought, is that they wanted more out of it.
Sure.
But like, were we supposed to get more at this point in time? We don't even know. Like, we don't know the timeline. So
yeah,
unless something came out since then, but I don't think we know the timeline.
Well, when this movie gets put on Disney Plus, we'll know exactly where it is in timeline, because they have to watch in chronological thing.
Yeah.
So like, we know based on Disney Plus that Skeleton Crew takes place after season 3 of The Mandalorian. Based on that. So that's interesting. So when this comes out in whatever 3 to 6 months on Disney Plus, we'll be able to check that out, see where it sits. I want to say it's, after Ahsoka, but like you said, the fact that they didn't tie it to like Hera calling in and calling Zeb and be like, hey, Ezra's back, and he says Thrawn has returned. Like, somehow Thrawn has returned. Like, they could have used that line. That would have been pretty cool. But so it's probably before Ahsoka, but like I said, we don't know. But so Drew is This Is the Way. Grace, you've officially changed to This Is the Way.
I'm in the middle, I guess.
This is.
Yeah, this is. Okay, Jeremiah, what are you?
Well, if you were to ask me on Thursday night when I watched it the first time, I'd be like, yeah, this is probably the way. But after watching it the second time and thinking about things and whatnot, I want to say this is not the way.
So I had a different reaction, which is crazy.
Yep. Iretzi is in the chat.
The chat. Our number one fan.
Our number one fan.
Message us. Yep. I've been looking to message.
Yep, because I guess we're too boring over here.
No.
But when I went the second time and watched it, I was like, it felt like there was no rewatchability. Like, it was just like, I know what to expect. I know what happens. There's nothing like new to like really like understand. Like, because even like with, the sequel trilogy or something. She can't hear me. Okay, there, you should be able to hear me now. And if either of you two can hear me, mute me in Discord.
You're good.
Yeah, you're
but
fine.
I was like, if you watch like the original trilogy, or not the sequel trilogy, on like multiple times, like, you're always like analyzing things, like, okay, this is cool, okay, they're doing this, like, there's new things to discover, whether you like the movies or not. Like, there's still things you can learn and study and figure out. This one is just so straightforward and simple, and that's what they're trying to do. Like, they achieved what, like Drew said, like, they achieved what they meant to achieve, but it's like, it doesn't expand my understanding of Star Wars. And
that's because you already know it, though.
But
like, this movie is designed for people not to know it.
Then that's part of the problem. Is it diminishes how good the movie is, because it's not tailored to people who have consumed every movie, every show, have read 25 books. Like, it just seems like it's not for us. It's for kids. It's for casual fans and whatnot. And obviously, with this, people are gonna have never watched the Mandalorian show. They're gonna go back and see how did they get to this point. So, like, I get the marketing aspect of it, but it's just like, the only like thing that they really, two little things that they kind of like hinted at, like the opening like screen of like it implied that the Empire is trying to return. Like they said that, like we kind of already knew that from Mando, but like it's still kind of planting that seed that future Mandoverse stories are going to be about the return of the Empire. And then also we'll talk about it, but it seems that the Hutt crime syndicate is no more. Like it's done. It's been dismantled. So it's like that adds to the story, but like it's not. None of that really matters. Like I don't care about. I like the crime syndicate stuff in Star Wars, but the Hutts are gone. Okay.
I mean, it might add to future Boba Fett stuff though, because he was already dealing with these Hutts before, and so now that those Hutts are gone, like there might be a different crime syndicate that's going to pop up. I think that could be interesting if they actually go that route.
But like, I guess that brings up a good point. Like when in the book of Boba Fett, did Boba Fett take over the Hutt syndicate? Was that what that was?
No. Yeah.
Now I can't remember because like the twins, they came in the book of Boba Fett to like.
Yeah, what happened with the twins? I remember them being there.
But like,
no, they wanted Jabba's palace.
Or did they want like Tatooine? Like he was in charge of Tatooine. He was like a governor on behalf, like a. I don't know,
yeah. Did they say something about? Was that mentioned in the movie by chance? Like explaining why the twins were on Nal Hutta and not on Tatooine? Or am I?
I think it's because Boba has Tatooine.
Yeah.
So like he's not like the head of the syndicate. He's just like there's a phrase that they called him.
The domo.
Domo. Domo, whatever. Yeah. Diamo.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You're our fact checker. Major Domo, or is that the Twilight guy?
Twilight. I can't believe you like Twilight, Jeremiah.
No, Twi'lek.
Oh,
the Twilight guy who's like. Not Twilight. I've never read a book, never watched a movie, never will.
Yeah, I was about to be so shocked.
Never say never, Jeremiah.
But I don't know. So it was just like, because like when I watched it the first time, like I said, I went into it with low expectations, not expecting much, and I was surprised at how enjoyable it was. Like I was really like, wow, this is actually pretty enjoyable. But then that second time, I was like, okay, I've already seen this. Like. I don't know if I would.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Like when it goes on Disney Plus, I'll go watch it again. But like, I don't know. I feel like I'd rather watch a sequel trilogy movie before I would watch this. Like, now I like Episode 7. You know that. Like, I love that movie. But like, the other ones are okay. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good question though. Where do we all feel like this falls in our overall ranking of the Star Wars canon movies?
Definitely on the bottom third for me.
Okay, but like where? You know, like what's below this for you? 7 and 8. Or sorry, 6, 8 and 9.
9.
So I'm trying to think like, well, what my ranking would be now. I think 8 is the bottom.
Okay.
So like it's
as it should be. Keep going.
But like, But I would rather watch 8 again rather than this one, like moving forward.
Ooh.
Okay, what about Solo?
Oh, I like Solo. That's a middle of the thing. But it's just like the problem is because it doesn't add to the greater Star Wars story that much. Like it doesn't matter to me. So it's just like all the other movies, like they add to the story, so there's more weight to it. I value it, even though like, oh, I hate this, Episode 8. Like it's still a major player in how we understand the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But like this doesn't change anything. It's just a side quest. Like, and a standalone movie is fine. Like I have no problem with that. Like the Solo movie is a standalone movie, but it still adds to our understanding of Star Wars. And I think the problem is because it's with characters from the Mandoverse and there's already a Mandoverse story, to like make like a standalone film in that era with those characters, it seems like a disservice. It's like, if this was a standalone film, like Drew said, like we got this before the Mando show ever came out, like it would be great. It'd be cool. It introduced, it added, but I don't know.
I'm curious, Drew, like where would it fall for you in the overall ranking of Star Wars movies?
I don't know. I haven't like fully thought that process through. I think it would be higher than I would think, because like the opposite with Jeremiah is like, because I have a kid, I see this coming on my TV more often than those movies, especially with the Age of Miles, because this is a movie that he can just put on and fake fight in front of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a movie that would just be like a fun movie to have on in the background. Or I see this movie being on my television more than I would ever see Episode 8. And that's by choice, because he's not.
Well, you would tell him to turn it off.
Yeah. And then it's not allowed.
I mean, that's like, really not appropriate for a kid anyway. Like, yeah, there's a partial nudity scene.
There's a shoulder.
Too much. Yeah.
But like slugs are fine.
Yeah. Wow, we don't know what was happening. They were just cuddling.
Yeah. Well, they're siblings, so hopefully nothing. They're twins.
I meant the scenes where we see the slugs like writhing around in the palace.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, moving on.
But anyways, like I just feel like this would be on more, so it's kind of hard to say. And like I said, I enjoyed it because it was fun, action packed. Like it was a cool movie. Like you're right, it doesn't really add much. You don't need to see this movie more than like a few times, because you know what's gonna happen. Nothing really, but like we get Zeb, which is really cool. We got a lot of his character. Then we haven't seen that in live action yet, so I think that was pretty fun. And I'm curious, like with all these other characters that they kind of gave us in this, like how much are we going to see them throughout like future stuff? Like I don't know, like there's potential, especially with all like the Republic stuff, and like we spent a lot of time there. That was pretty cool. And I think just seeing the placement, like, I guess Jeremiah, like the thing that they did add was that he is like fully working with the New Republic. Like he's not working with bounty hunters anymore. Like he's not a bounty hunter. He is hired by the New Republic. And so like we know that he's not going to be sitting at home when Thrawn stuff happens. Like that is something that we learned. Like it's not going to be like, oh, where's Mando, and then he decides to show up because one of his friends gets hurt. Like he's gonna probably be there as soon as that call gets answered. They're gonna call him. So like that's kind of cool that we got to get some of that stuff, and then the Razor Crest is back, so you can start freezing like Thrawn's enemies and stuff like that, and haul them around. So I don't know, like there's like fun aspects to this movie. Like I don't know where I would rank it yet. I would have to sit down, but I feel like I'm gonna watch this movie more often, just because like for sure like Miles is gonna put it on. Yeah, like it's just a good movie. It's like watching a fight scene, like when you watch the last 4 episodes of like the last season of the Clone Wars. Yeah, like the main episode that you really want to watch though is like Ahsoka and Maul fighting like in like the palace. Like that's a fun episode that you go back and keep watching. And I feel like I want to go watch him battle the Hutts, and like that throne room scene at the end where they're all beating each other up and then they fall through the floor. Like that part was so cool. And like I don't know, like I love Hutts too, so like kind of a little biased towards that stuff, but yeah, I liked it. And I'm really excited to see Steph's reaction, because she thinks the Hutts are really gross looking. So I know
she'll turn it off. She won't watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Me and Miles are gonna be like, no, you gotta watch this part. It's gonna be funny. So
she's gonna cheer when the two die.
When they get swallowed.
But Grace, how would you put it in your movie ranking?
I mean, I would definitely put it above the whole sequel trilogy. So, that tells us all we need to know.
I would push it.
Like, I actually agree with you. As you were talking, Jeremiah, I'm like, okay, Solo, has more redeeming qualities for me, so that's higher. And then obviously Rogue One is great. And then I love the prequels, and then the originals are the originals. So yeah, it's just, but it's definitely, I had for all the reasons I do not like the sequel trilogy.
So it would be like
it's about
fourth
that.
from the bottom.
Yeah. Because at least it's not like undoing critical lore.
Right.
And like critical character development that I care about. Yeah.
Right.
That's also really true.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I recently I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about the sequel trilogy, and I was like, maybe I should rewatch this and try to give it another try. So
you should watch.
Perhaps that will happen. I don't know. Anyway.
So that we get. So, how would you guys evaluate like the overall like plot of the movie though? So, what's the plot? Like. We know
there's no plot. No plot.
The implied plot. How about that?
Yeah.
So it's just Mando. He's hunting down the New Republic's deck of most wanted people, and also it was kind of weird that like.
Which Jeremiah?
Huh?
What you're about to say? They didn't say it like that.
What? The spade?
So yes, they didn't. It's not called a spade.
That's what
they
she
have
said,
their own
though.
wording. No, that's what we thought she said. But when I watched it yesterday, it was in a theater that had subtitles, and it actually is. It's I forget the word, but I was going to take a photo of it for you because they say whatever the spade card is in Sabak, they actually call it that, but it sounds exactly like a spade, but it's not.
No, okay, that's fine, but I'm saying they still called it by the same word. That's my problem.
But they didn't use the word spade though.
Okay,
she did.
They said ace of blank, and it's not spade. It sounds like spade, but it actually isn't spade. Because we both thought the same thing, and then I read it, and it actually isn't the word spade.
Well, it could have been spelled differently, though.
True, but it didn't sound like it either when you actually pay attention to it again.
Staves. Okay,
Reggie says the ace of staves.
Yes, that's what it was. It's not spades. It's different.
I guess we'll have to fact check it in 3 to 6 months.
No, it's I think that's real.
Did you Google that, or did you like hear/read subtitles when you saw it? What's your source on that, Yuretsi? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Moving on. It doesn't matter. It's just weird that they took like our modern day like concept of the 52 most wanted people in the world, the way we use it. Like, I don't know. I was just kind of weird. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I mean, bounty hunter. It seems like a
real
lot
thing.
Of stuff in Star Wars is like that.
But like a very like our game card terminology and like using like they borrowed it. Like it's not like, oh, this is like a commander. Like obviously that's just English. But like
I see.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I don't like when Han Solo.
Too modern. I'll see you in hell.
Yeah, like sure, there can be an afterlife belief or lore in a fictional universe, but
sure, I see. Okay,
it just like takes you out of it.
It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Jeremiah.
Yeah,
this happened a long time ago. This is our universe, bro. This is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, this is a period piece. You're right.
Moving on. So Mando, he's working on behalf of the Republic.
Just say his name, Din. You know, no one calls him by his name.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call him.
Well, the Hutts do.
Did they call him Din?
They did.
Din Djarin.
In the last. Yeah.
I missed that. I was so outraged that everyone
was calling him Mando. If we're gonna be debating these little things, we're gonna be here for about 6 hours. So if you guys
that was a joke, Jeremiah. That was supposed to be funny.
Well, whatever. First Drew's nitpicking
oh my gosh.
And now you're nitpicking me like, oh, come on now.
Okay.
So
silencing women. I see how it is.
Gee. Lawyer.
All right.
Hey, lawyer.
Well, may the force be with you guys. We're done. But so it's implied that he's been doing this for a while. But like we don't know how long. And so, the opening scene, he goes after the one guy who's trying to like be like sheriff for like either the planet or like the system, and he kills him. And Sigourney Weaver's character, what was her name? Do we know? What was her character name? I don't know. But she's just kind of like implied she's like leading the manhunt for these Imperial warlords, which we saw, in Mando season 3, we see like the like committee of like the top ones. There's like what, 10 of them?
Shadow Council.
Yes, that's what it's called. And so it's going on, and I thought it was, so it's just like, okay, they're doing it. It's implied that from the first 3 seasons of Mando that they're doing this type of thing. And the whole idea is that they have a lead on Commander Coin, I think is Commander was his title, that the Hutts know where he is, but in order to get that information, they have to go rescue their nephew, Rada the Hutt. And Mando's like, oh, I don't work for crime syndicates. I work for the Republic. And she's like, well, this is what you gotta do. And if you do that, you can get this brand spanking new Razor Crest that's mint condition as payment. I'm like, okay, I guess that's how it was kind of easy to get that ship. I don't know. Did you guys like that it was just easy that he just was given it rather than like earning it, like, or finding it? Or didn't you care?
I feel like Din needs to be better at managing his money. Like, I've always been kind of concerned about his financials, and I am just kind of like, what happened to his other ship? Did he sell that? Could he have put that money towards a new ship?
Oh, the N1?
How is he paying for his food? Is he getting it? Like, does he have any other source of income? I just had a lot of questions.
But talking about his other ship, the N1?
Yeah.
Well,
it's there.
It was at his house.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was parked right next to his. He landed Razor Crest, and right next to it was his N1.
Well, I think it's time for him to sell that so that he can put Grogu through college. Like, education is expensive these days.
Well, he'll be long dead before he's old enough to go off to college.
Well, we don't know if he dies.
Yeah.
Din?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good point, Jeremiah. Yeah, by the time
Grogu has another like
college,
600 years before he's going off to college. So.
Maybe he's putting it into like one of those funds that, like, like a trust fund or something. Yeah,
I don't think that's top of Din Djarin's mind at all right now.
Part of me feels like college is free in the Mando or in the Star Wars universe for a lot of, I don't know.
Yeah, universal free college,
something like that.
That'd be dope.
Unless it's like top tier, like the Ivy League standard, then maybe you gotta be like rich or whatever to get into those. But
yeah, Padme was probably paying to go to college.
Yeah,
she didn't go to college, I guess, because she was queen at 14.
Respect.
Yeah,
do you think she put that on her college application?
On her resume.
Former queen of Naboo, like
queen of a planet, senator of a planet, dead.
Oh, R.I.P.
I wish I had my buttons right.
So, what'd you guys think of that? Like, he has to like go work for the Hutts in a sense to get a contract. Were you guys like, oh, that's cool?
I think you're right. Jeremiah was kind of like quick. Like, we just got it. We're like 10 minutes into this movie and he already has the Razor Crest. Like, I think it would have been cool if he would have found it on Nahada, and that's how he escaped, is he would have found a Razor Crest that one of the Hutts had. Like, it would have been the same effect, but like a different outcome. Like, so like, I think you're right. Like, it was kind of like just given to us. But to my point, like, this whole movie is kind of just given to us. Like, it's not like, that's, I don't know. Like, they wanted to give us a Razor Crest so that they can tow the Hutt around. Like, that's why we got a Razor Crest in the beginning of us. Like, that's literally why we got it. So they had to figure out how to like do that. So they're like, let's bring back this ship that no one wanted to blow up, and now you have a ship that's not really viable for collecting bounties anyways, because it only fits 1.5 people. So Yeah. Did you? Okay, Jeremiah. Now that you saw it twice, did you see R2 getting out of the X-wing in the opening scene of the movie?
I saw there was an R2 unit, but I didn't recognize
so
it.
So there's like the red one, and then there's a blue one that's coming out of the X-wing. So I was like, is Luke there? Like, we don't see, but we see, and I swear it was R2. Like, it looked exactly like him. And I want to know if anyone else saw that and I'm like just wanting that to be a thing. Well, we also see at one point we see R4 walk, or R5. Yeah, we see him cross the screen too
with the BD choice. Yeah, but we already knew that he was working with the New Republic because we saw him in the Mando show. So
cool. Luke
R5.
Oh yeah.
We already knew that he was with them, so I wasn't surprised by that. But I did notice that there was an R2 droid coming out of an X-wing, but I didn't particularly think
it was just blue, and it looked the exact same like design as R2. I mean, it couldn't be, but I want to let us know if you guys thought the same thing or if I'm just tripping. Because I bet you there's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie that like we didn't catch, even if seen it twice.
Right.
Like there's probably hidden stuff all over this thing. This Jon Favreau, he loves to do that kind of stuff. So, but yeah.
So Grace, did you think him going to do like a little side quest for the Hutts was like interesting, or did you kind of like, oh
yeah? I thought it was okay. I feel like there's been a lot of discourse about like people thinking it's weird that Dave Filoni wanted to run back the whole Clone Wars movie. We need to save Jabba's son plot. That actually didn't bother me because I thought the dynamic between Grogu and Rada was kind of cute. But I'm curious how you guys thought all of that worked, because obviously it's a little weird. But again, I thought it was cute.
Like their relationship, you mean? Like what we thought that they're between Rada.
No, like what? How do you thought that character worked? Like I think
kind of on the nose of like another plot point that Dave Filoni first worked on a Star Wars film with. He kind of went back to his roots and redid the whole story.
Yeah, like a story that people didn't like originally, right?
So, it's cool to bring back because obviously, you know, if you're going to be talking with the Hutts, dealing with the Hutts, like, you know, Rada's going to be a Hutt, like, and he's a significant name because he's the son of Jabba. But it's like, why did they choose like this line of, but why the Hutts, why Rada specifically did they like want the movie to center around? Like, you know, part of me, like people are saying like, oh, because Rada is a good guy and he might be, you know, potentially working for the New Republic moving forward. Okay, he's gonna see Ahsoka again at some point and like, hey, I saved you all those years ago from Count Dooku or whatever. Like, are they doing it just so there's that moment between Rada and Ahsoka and
probably
at some point? Like, I don't know.
It's kind of lame, but yeah, probably. I kind of want to see it. I don't know. It kind of makes me lame, but
it's gonna happen. Like they're gonna reunite, and
I don't know if he's gonna remember that.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to notice that like Grogu had Jedi powers and then be like, oh my gosh, like I had Jedi save me when I was just a baby. But maybe you're right. Maybe he was too young to remember that, which is why he never comments.
And it's kind of funny that, you know, Hutts, they live hundreds of years and Yoda species lives hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
But like Rada is like an adult, like full functioning thinking adult, where Grogu is not. And Grogu is technically probably older. It's the same age as Anakin. So
that's a plot hole I hadn't thought about. Yeah.
So like now obviously if Yoda species lives 900 years and Hutts live 300-400 years, you know, if it's, you know, proportionate, then, you know, he would be in his equivalent to like 20s or 30s in like adult years. So like if it's that like ratio is the same, then it's fine. But it was just kind of funny that like he's younger than Grogu, but he's like more functioning as an adult. I don't know.
I did love when they were napping together, and then Din is like, start the ship, and Rada's like, I can't fly. Grogu, can you fly? And Grogu's like, no, I can't fly. Like, that was really cute. Number one, because it's further reminder, like in Andor, when Andor like didn't know how to fly the TIE fighter, that not everyone in the galaxy can just like fly.
Right.
And second of all, it was like a cute moment to show that they're still young and don't know everything.
And probably Rada, because he's royalty, he never had to be in a position to fly.
Yeah.
So,
when he's been in that jail or like the arena forever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he also said he couldn't even fit in the cockpit anyways. So there's only certain like ships he could probably even fly anyways.
I was laughing out loud in the theater.
Now, I kind of have an issue with Rada's character as a whole.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm not my father. I'm a good guy, but he's killing people every night. Like,
he's killing other bad guys though.
Right, but it's still like,
but all right.
How many bad guys did Jabba have killed that were spice runners or they were smugglers, or like he wanted to kill Han? Like Han, like, do we consider Han a bad guy? Like, or is he a good guy?
It's the same thing.
And there's a lot of like, Mando is also killing a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of kind of like thoughtless killing that happens in this universe.
You got to think of the overall good.
But that's fine.
What
like,
is their overall intentions?
Like, I don't mind Mando killing people because that's just his character. But like when Rada says, "I'm a good guy. I'm not like my father. I'm not going to eat Grogu," like he's putting himself on this like moral pedestal, but he's like enjoying people cheering for him because he's killing people in an arena. I don't know. I thought it was kind of like an inconsistency in his character, but that's just me. But you guys didn't have a problem?
I don't know. I think you're reading into it too much. Because I think everyone in Star Wars, like it's a war, right? Star Wars, people die no matter what side you're on. And if from anyone's perspective, like we learned from Lost Stars, it all depends on your perspective of the war. And when you blow up the Death Star, you killed a lot of people. When you blow up a planet, you kill a lot of people. It doesn't mean it's all your perspective. And he's killing people because if he doesn't kill them, he will die as well. Right. So he's also kind of protecting himself. And his overall thought of good is he doesn't want to be his dad. He's not going to sell drugs. He's not going to make people worship him and do all that stuff. He just wants to be loved and separated from the Hutt's last name that he has. And by him joining the New Republic at the end is showing that he is willing to serve for the greater good. And I think it's all your perspective of good.
Yeah.
So, and his dad was worse than what we thought. He was probably doing other things that they haven't talked about in Star Wars that he did. I mean, he dressed up Leia, and we all know how that went.
Exactly.
Like, he's not just selling drugs and killing drug people or people that owe him money. Like, he's probably doing other things.
Unfortunately. Well, right. I get it.
Yeah.
But
and Jeremiah, I actually I think you're right to a certain extent. Like I think that at some point when Mando is trying Mando, look, I'm doing it too. When Mando is trying to rescue him and he's like, I don't want to leave. Like, this is the first time I've ever like been appreciated. Like, I like made a name for myself. Mando is like, come on, kid. Like, you're being stupid. You're being naive. Like, and so to a certain extent, I think you're right. Like, I think that he thinks he's like made a name for himself and that he's being good, but he's also like a teenager or like a young adult and he doesn't really know anything. And so his conception of what good is maybe imperfect.
Fully there.
Yeah, exactly.
So we haven't said this on air, but as of right now, this is the first time Grace has been on while she's officially a lawyer. So sure. I guess I have like a lawyer question then for you. Like,
okay,
because Rada is, he owes a debt to Coin. we don't know what that is. It's probably an illegal debt, so it's probably not legally standing.
I was gonna say, yeah,
but like because he's like in these arenas to like kill or be killed situation, like is Rada like guilty of a certain degree of murder or manslaughter by participating in this against his will?
Ooh.
Or is that, or because he's there against his will and he's like being forced, it's like it's all self-defense because it's like if he doesn't defend himself, he dies.
Oh, this is a really good hypo. And obviously we're answering this as a joke. This is not real legal advice, and I haven't actually passed the bar yet, so this is all just hypothetical discussion.
She's saying that for legal reasons.
In case we have any actual lawyers listening. But
which apparently we will be because we got a lot of voicemails from a certain group of people, so
yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
No, I mean, you're right. It's a good question, Jeremiah, because first of all, yes, we would want to ask about the validity of the contract. Usually contracts signed under coercion or duress are not valid. So he's probably not validly there to begin with. But second of all, for the different levels of murder versus manslaughter, you have to have like a requisite degree of intent to kill. And so if you're forced to do the killing, you probably wouldn't have the like requisite degree of intent, though he, like you said, he seems kind of eager to be there. So I don't know. That's complicated. He's also probably guilty of a bunch of other like conspiracies to like I don't know, traffic people or traffic drugs or I don't think he's getting off the hook on a I was forced to do it.
I do want to say though, all that stuff that when he said he wanted to be there, that was kind of under the wraps. It wasn't very public knowledge.
So. Well, it was pretty public because he was on like advertising out in the streets.
But that wasn't done by him. He didn't advertise it.
I don't know, but
his slave owner advertised
it. The planet that they're on, Shikari, did they say that was outside the Republic's jurisdiction?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So then
that's why Zeb couldn't like help.
So then does that mean there's no laws? Yeah. So where there's no law, there can't be any.
Well, you're asking the right questions, Jeremiah, because also I was going to say, like, whether or not we're talking about murder at common law versus the model penal code, there are going to be some differences in his criminal liability. So we'd want to know more about the legal system on Shikari and
in relation to the whole the galaxy as a whole.
I'm actually so terrible at criminal law, though. That is not my area of expertise. If you have any constitutional law questions, I am somewhat more competent.
Ooh, interesting. But fun fact, so
yes.
Was it last week that we did the book review? The Living Force?
Yes.
So The Living Force takes place a year before episode 1. The entire Jedi Council, they go on one mission together, blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
And as they're like going to like recruit each member, like we get a little insight on like what they do on their normal day-to-day life as a Jedi Council member. And when we got to Yaddle, she was studying law.
No way.
Like, not like studying like in like a classroom, but like some Jedi did something. It was kind of like in Captain America, whatever, Civil War, when they accidentally like blow up that building and then there's like this legal fallout. It was kind of like that. Like some Jedi did something. I think there was some deaths, accidental deaths, and there was a law going on. She was studying law to like figure out how to defend the Jedi or whatever that were accused or something. So I was like, oh, Grace would think this was cool about Yaddle as she's like studying liability law in the Galactic Republic setting. Whatever.
I have always been a fan of Yaddle. Like, I think that is an underrated character.
I love her. She's awesome.
Should be. What? Did I say that out loud?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, good. I just said she's Grogu's mom, so she should.
Definitely not Grogu's mom.
We don't know that.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm looking at this long document about the different standards for murder liability. This is Yeah, we're in
start
trouble.
from the top and just read it down. We got time.
It's like
you were just saying like we need to hurry up because we can't just be fixating on certain things, and now you're wanting her to.
There's like 50 pages on the insanity defense. Like we're cooked.
Oh, gosh.
We need to get somebody else on this pod.
All right, moving on. So what do you guys think of the whole like Djarik battle? Like, so like we thought, Djarik is just the board game or like the hollow game. That's just what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, the game is based off of a real life thing of giant creatures fighting each other in an arena.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was dope.
And I kind of forgot about that because I remember like when the trailer came out, people saw like the design on the floor of that arena and made that comment, and I totally forgot about that. But like Mando was like, they're gonna put him in a Djarik match. Like, oh dang! So this is like an actual thing in the Star Wars universe that's like real. Did you guys appreciate that?
I loved it, especially when that guy like picks up the other one. It's the exact same two characters who picked each other up in the Millennium Falcon with Chewie.
Yeah.
Like that was like perfectly spot on. I thought it was cool. It was a good little nod towards episode 4. So
Yep. Grace, did you enjoy like them doing a real life Djarik match?
I didn't have a strong reaction to it. I had missed that it was the two characters from the Millennium Falcon Djarik. That's pretty cool.
So I wonder like how many were actually, because I think I recognized 3. So like the big huge lizard one, the big monkey one with the hammer, and then that worm one.
mm-hmm.
But I don't remember looking at all the other ones on the chessboard.
I think the other ones, like, because you can buy a Djarik chessboard, and like so you've seen all the other ones, but like like in that scene in episode 4, you don't really see more than just what happened when Chewie was like really mad and he was like, hey, you better be careful, he's gonna rip your arms out of your socket. It's like yeah. So
what else? So then moving forward in the plot, he rescues Rada, and then Rada says, oh, that Janu guy, he's the coin guy, and they had to go back and find him. I thought that was kind of lame. That like,
I think that's everyone's perspective of this film is like that was just too simple. Like it was too easy.
Right.
Like it was just,
and like I find it hard to believe that there were no records on Commander Coin's first name. Like,
yeah,
we're like, we don't know what he looks like, but all we know is his name is Commander Coin. Well, like, how did you get that name? And is that implying that the Imperial database didn't have anything other than just the title Commander Coin?
Also, I think that actor is named like John Coin in real life or something really similar.
They have the same last name, but like it's spelled differently, just so it could be different, which is
that's kind of lame too.
I think there's some other Star Wars character that it's the same, like they use their real name as like their last name or something like that. So it's not crazy that someone would do that, but
I just think it was a little bit too easy. So like that's like my biggest gripe about this film is this plot point. Like I think it was just a little bit too on the nose. Like we could have got a different character. We could have got Mando realizing that he shouldn't bring Rada back because Rada's actually just like like a teenager or whatever, or young adult who is just trying not to be a Hutt, essentially. And so like we could have got that point where he went up to the twins and said, hey, are you actually going to protect him? And I want this information. I have him at an offsite location. And then he deals with the Hutts that way. And then they find out actually who this person was, or I don't know. Like it was a little bit, they could have went a different route with it. I think it was a little bit too on the nose. But I get it. Like I said, like this whole movie is a very much like cut in place. Let's do this. I listened to a podcast breakdown of this too, and they were talking about a YouTube breakdown. And they're saying like it was kind of like, how do we get all this film, all this story plot in a 2-hour segment? Where if this would have been the Mandalorian, it would have been spread out between one whole season. Like this whole plot would have been one season.
It was originally supposed to be season 4.
Yeah,
and Commander Coin was supposed to be the main villain.
Yeah. So that's why it was kind of short, I think, is because they just needed to get to the main plot of the film. But like they could have took a little bit of like the Grogu building the hut and shoving Din into the little hole. Like they could have took some of that stuff out and just
that was my favorite part of the whole movie.
That was the part where Miles was like, wait, is it done yet? Like he was not impressed with the whole Grogu standalone, like let's build a hut and find fish.
When I watched it the second time, I was starting to fall asleep during the Grogu scene. I was trying to keep I was like sitting up. I was trying to like I was like, am I gonna be able to finish this movie? Like, but
wow.
Once the action picked up again, I was able to get awake. But
that's funny, Grace. That would be your favorite part.
I was like, oh, he's so cute. He's eating his little fish. He's talking to that little grandpa. Embo comes by. He's pretty cool. He's
Embo is pretty cool.
We'll talk about Embo. We'll talk about
Is he dead?
No.
He escaped through the same tunnel that Mandalorian.
Oh, true. He did. Yes, you're right. Well, I have a question about that.
Okay.
Did he see Din Djarin's face?
No.
But he brought Din in there and took the cuffs off. Did he walk away and leave?
He left
the room?
Right when he took the cuffs off, he left. So he did not.
There is one plot point that doesn't make any sense, and it didn't make sense first, and it doesn't make sense the second time.
Yeah.
But when Din comes back to life, he has his pistol. How does he have his pistol?
No, it was not his pistol. It was the ship that Rada was on was a gun runner ship. So if you watch it, he's taking all the weapons and stuff out of that.
But he has it to fight the monsters in the gun runner before he gets all the weapons from the gun runner. No, he walks in there with a pistol and he starts shooting the monsters before he gets the gun.
Yeah, because there was all those droids.
The droids. He got one from the droids.
He killed all those droids.
It wasn't his, but it looked the same.
The Star Wars weapons. They all a gun. They all the same.
Okay. I don't know. For me, I was like, I even told you. Remember, Jeremiah? I was like, where did he get the gun from?
I do remember that, but he got all those droids throughout the woods the forest that he killed, and then you see the montage of him loading up all this gear.
Well, I knew after that he probably got it, but
that also doesn't make sense either. Why that ship was on Nal Hutta?
Why it was there? Yep, it doesn't make sense why it was there.
Only reason is the gunrunner ship was owned by the Hutts.
Oh,
that's the only way.
If it was owned by the Hutts, why would they kill?
Why did they shoot the droid? Yeah,
because they show the droid and he's shot up. So it doesn't make sense why that was there, unless I was thinking like maybe they captured that ship and brought it there,
and like forced the droid to,
because they could have shot the pilot not on Nal Hutta, like in
outer space, and they pulled the ship in there and grabbed him out.
I see. But then why did they not do that like right by the palace?
Yeah. Unless they paid the gun runner and didn't realize that was, you're right, like, I don't know. And like through gunfire, it so happened to shut the droid, and I don't know. That part didn't make sense to me. So like that's like a big plot point. Whole thing,
but that gunrunner ship was a cool ship, though.
It was
pretty sick.
It was like a giant, like, for some reason I kept thinking of like the lion turtle from Avatar.
Yeah, that's all. It's a turtle ship. That's 100% it. Yes.
So that was cool. I don't know. I'm assuming it can walk too. Like it can do terrain because they had
that's what it looks like. Yeah,
I think it can do both.
That's such a good call too, because Dave Filoni did Avatar.
Yeah, it's Dave Filoni. I wonder if
Dave Filoni was only season 1 of Avatar.
But it could be
the lion turtle was season 3, but he could be a nod.
An Easter egg.
It could be.
Okay, but what if they paid the gunrunner to bring the hut there, and as he dropped off him, and then as he was leaving, then the droids killed, and then the ship crashed?
Yeah,
because that would make more sense. Because another thing, I'm like, why would the ship be there and them not take all the weapons out of the ship, but they took the hut out of the ship in the middle of the woods and dragged the hut all the way over there?
Yeah.
I'm assuming when the ship crashed, Rada left the ship.
Oh, or that.
He's not like, I'm crashed. I'm going to just accept my fate and get taken. He probably tried to escape somehow.
Yeah.
But you're right. That whole ship thing doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that part is it's just like a weird thing.
But so anyway,
when I talk to Dave Filoni, that's going to be my first question. Like, what's up with the ship?
That's the first question you ask Dave Filoni
when it comes to this movie.
So anyway, Rada tells Mando where Coin is, and they just go there. And he's like, "You guys are going to need to call on a ton of troops." And then Mando and Zeb take out 200 troopers all by themselves, which was pretty cool.
It was very cool. The man, he had a lot of to whoever said this is point, like great action scenes. I especially liked the space battle stuff, but or air battle stuff. But Mando had some great moments where he was just very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then they do the escape, and then it's like, and then he's like, "Grogu, start the ship," and Rada's like, "I also don't know how to fly." So that was pretty funny. Like we talked about that, and then Grace just mentioned the aerial battle. That was that was
my favorite.
I really enjoyed that, and because the thing is, in Star Wars or in any movie or show that has space stuff, you don't really see the speed of things going on, just because there's nothing relative to judge the speed by, because it's not moving past anything. So when you see it in the clouds, it's much more, it's faster, it's more intense. You see the action play out better just because of the background. So I really enjoyed it. I like how he knew how the Razor Crest would work better. He's like, "You got to divert the power from it." And Zeb's like, "I don't know how to do it." And he's like, "Just rip off the panel."
Yes.
I really enjoyed how he knew how the ship worked. And he knew what had to be done to get the mission done. I thought that was really cool.
Because I think that was something really cool too. Is that ship was basic, as in it was its original functionality of that ship was to haul things around, and so we learned through that moment too that then modded the original Razor Crest a lot, because he was complaining this isn't working the same way, or this is definitely meant, but it's also not what I'm used to, or it's not as fast as it should be due to this thing. So when he told him to just rip it out, it's it override the system, so he was able to make it go faster, which was really cool.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I loved when there were everyone in the ship was getting thrown around by all the flipping.
Rada smushed that Coin. Guy. Yeah, Coin's be careful up there.
Yeah, that was so funny, because also that's so real. I've always thought about why people aren't flying around when they're flipping and stuff, and so yeah.
So that was a really fun action scene, and then he returns to, I guess, do we know the name of the base, whatever that base is, where they're?
We do know.
Do we?
I don't know. I'm sure it was stated, whether in the show or elsewhere. But
a Delphi base. Delphi base, right?
I don't know. I didn't know it was named.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, Yoretzi. So it goes back. So two things. You got a nice face shot of Dave Filoni sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
That was whatever.
So lame.
2 thumbs down.
Really? You didn't like that?
I thought it was lame.
It was too much. I was
kind of unnecessary.
Too obvious.
Yeah.
This is my movie, so give me a shot.
It's not even his movie. It's a Favreau's movie.
Well, I directed, but Dave Filoni was one of the 3 writers. But did you notice the table with directors from the show? Like
No, I didn't.
So the Asian lady, Deborah Chow, who did the Kenobi show, I believe. So she was at the table. The Fuyamu guy, he was one of the pilots also. He was at that table. So they kind of like had a little nod of them, like, here's the directors that came before in the first 3 seasons. And so at this point, you know, he returns Coin to the base and he talks to Sigourney Weaver's character. And this is halfway through the movie. Like, this is like at the midpoint of the movie. And I'm like, where is the rest of this movie going to go? Like, with this? So this was my theory of what was going to happen in that moment was, you know, the opening, you know, scene when Mando kills that other commander guy, you know, he returns back to base and Sigourney Weaver's like, Matt, like, you're not supposed to kill him. You're supposed to bring him back. We need information. We got to interrogate him. We got to find these other Imperial warlords. And then he returns with Coin, you know, without doing the Rada the Hutt exchange thing first. And she's like, this is not what was supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to do this. You're supposed to do this first. And I don't know, Drew, if you remember, but like I leaned over to him like, I don't trust her.
Yeah, you said that.
And then you were like, yeah, something's sketch with her or whatever you said. And so like I thought that like she was like an Imperial plant and she was a villain, secret villain that was gonna like, she wants these people alive so she can get information to like help, you know, the Shadow Council or whatever, to get information about where other people are, and she can pass that off so the New Republic, when they show up to get someone, you know, they already extracted that Imperial warlord to join the team. So like I thought that was like where the movie was going to go, and then they didn't, and I was like, what's the point of hiring this A-list actress for a meaningless role that they could have just had some random person do? So it's like, I thought she was going to have a much more significant role in the overall plot. And I thought that's how she was going to do it. She was going to be an Imperial warlord plant working for the remnants of the Empire. And then she would be like, she would have to like, and eventually like escape and then join the Shadow Council and or whatever. She got information that like Thrawn has returned, and then she has to like pass that off to the council or something. Like I thought that was going to happen. I don't know. What did you guys think of her character and role?
It's fine.
Not as big as me.
No, I mean, I was thinking when you said that, I'm like, oh, that could be cool. But like I said, like, I don't know. I think that would have been way too complicated to add in the next hour that we had left. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have a lot of time to fill that out. So, like, she seemed sketch, but like, did she seem like, were we gonna get something with that? I was thinking more because she seemed a little sketchy that I was gonna lead more like she was working with the Hutts, and that's why she was mad, because she was like also paid by the Hutts in a payroll kind of situation, and so she was mad she didn't get the money that she was going to get because she made the bounty hunter go do that. But yeah, I don't know. That's fine.
Grace, any thoughts on her?
I mean, I agree with you, Jeremiah. Like, I'm trying not to be too negative, but like, I had the same thought as you. Like, it was weird. The character didn't do much. I also thought she looked old. I felt like a lot of the cast was kind of old. I was like, could we not cast some like younger blood to like get the juices flowing a little? Yeah, clearly not.
Last time they did that, they flopped. So they're trying to stick away from the younger blood.
Also gotta like keep in mind though, it's like these are people who fought in the rebellion.
Yeah, they were not letting me forget that. I was like,
so they're like seasoned veterans that are trying to like keep things together, and also like the Hutts, they're also old. They're like hundreds of years.
But to your point, showing Dave Filoni a lot kind of made it feel more old.
They showed him 3 times, okay, or two or 3 times.
Lot, though. There's other characters that we could have saw that we didn't get.
And then when they were like at the very end, when they were like all in their ships, like going to shoot.
Do you guys see? Well, the part when they're like, "Did you guys see Mando? Do you guys see Mando?" And you hand over to David, and he's like, he's right over there. And then they're like, Zeb, go pick up the trash. Like when she said that.
That was kind of funny.
I was like, that was actually really funny. But
That was funny, I
yeah.
guess, yeah.
Yeah. So Sigourney Weaver character could have been better. Could have had it done a lot more. But
2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down. Unless she's watching, please come on the podcast and we would love to interview you.
I liked her. She was fine. It was good. She was.
I like her better as the like child in Avatar.
when she plays a young fake resurrected manifestation.
Exactly. Who knows what's going on there? Yeah. Isn't her name Grace in that? Am I crazy? Is something Grace?
I think you're crazy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I am crazy.
Oh, Yoretzi's typing something. She's about to chime in.
I swear that there was somebody named Grace in Avatar, but I only watched the first 2 movies, so. Oh, yeah, that's, of course. Yeah. Did you guys watch Project Hail Mary?
No, I will eventually.
No, I want to really bad.
When it comes out on streaming, I'll watch it, but.
Yeah, I was going to. If you want to. Yeah, okay.
I'm so, unaware of movies coming out, I don't even know.
I want to see that one. I want to see the Michael Jackson movie just because. Why not?
When I went to
I'll wait.
When I went to the theater to see the movie the second time, I was kind of waiting in line behind the guy that was ripping the tickets, and there's these 2 old ladies that are probably 80 years old, and I was walking behind them to my theater. I was like, which one are they going to go into? And they went into an animated film called Sheep Detectives or something like that.
Yeah, the sheep one. Yeah.
I was like, oh, dang, these old ladies are watching some little kids movie. It was just kind of funny.
That's cute.
I should have hey, want to come see the Star Wars movie? It's cool to have them come in because there's plenty of room. They weren't gonna take someone else's seat. But whatever.
Sorry, two movie questions.
Yeah.
Number 1, where do we stand on? No, 3 movie questions. Odyssey coming out soon, I think in July.
July, I believe. Yeah.
What movie?
The
Odyssey.
The Christopher Nolan movie. Has every A-list actor out there, everyone: Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Lupita Nyong'o, all these.
Zendaya. Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I'll see if they're all on it.
Yeah. It looked pretty sick. I don't know. I was really locked in, but then the discourse online is so negative, so I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of controversy because characters that are cast, or actors and actresses that are cast as characters that are not the correct.
Let's not get into it.
The correct type of person, or whatever you want to call it. It's just whatever. So who knows? I don't even really know much about the. I read it in 9th grade or something like that. I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I remember the Cyclops scene. That's all I remember.
Dune.
Oh, excited for Dune.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Those movies are really good.
And did you watch that trailer, Jeremiah? It looked so good.
Yeah, I saw the Dune trailer. Yeah,
I watched.
I just watched a movie on the airplane with that actor in it. I always forget his name.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, the new pinball movie, or no, not pinball.
Oh, Marty Supreme.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, right. I watched that in theaters. I thought that was a pretty good movie.
That was a good movie.
Is he one of your?
I don't think Jeremiah would like it.
He's my top. He was my top. I feel like I've kind of moved on. He's gotten kind of ugly, but back in the day, I liked him.
So if he's no longer your top, who's your top celebrity crush then?
I don't know. I think Robert Pattinson is looking pretty good these days.
What about Tom Holland?
Tom Holland is so ugly. He is looking worse by the day.
What? Dude, he's in my top 5 celebrity crushes. What do you mean?
No, I think he's looking really rough.
Wow.
Rough? Oh, wow.
Rough is wild.
That's a hot take right there. I'm going to clip that. I'm going to make that, tag him in and everything.
No, I was literally just talking about this with my friends because we were like, what is Zendaya doing? But I mean, I'm happy that they're happy.
I think they're a cute couple, and
I think that they're cute too. 100%. They're gonna have cute babies.
But she carries most of the cute thing and makes it.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
What about Jacob Elordi? Where do you guys stand on him?
I have no idea who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I see. Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Anyway.
We're already an hour and a half, and we're not even halfway through the film.
Oh, we're halfway.
We're a little bit halfway. But so then the second half of the movie,
we're basically at the end.
The second half of the movie is just okay. The Hutts are like pissed that they got double crossed or whatever, and
they hire bounty hunter,
and we got Embo and his dog Marek, which is the same name as the Inquisitor. Also, speaking of Inquisitors, Grace, did you watch Shadow Lord Maul?
Nope.
Why not?
I watched 5 minutes of it, and then I was kind of like, I don't know.
It is literally one of the best things ever made in all of Star Wars.
Okay. Well,
it's literally the highest rated
fan in the chat right now. This rage quitting probably.
Like it's literally the highest rated like Star Wars project like on Rotten Tomatoes. It's universally loved by Star Wars fans.
I know.
It's the darkest. It's the darkest, most violent Star Wars we've ever gotten, and it's rated TV.
Probably shouldn't have.
It should be TV 14.
Watch it.
Oh.
It is so good. You need to go binge
amazing.
that, Grace.
You
don't have an excuse. Get it done.
I will. I have time to watch it too, so I really just need to watch it.
Yeah,
Buckle down.
It's only 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Really quick.
All right.
They're amazing.
You'll like it. You will like it.
It gets better and better and better as the
fifth rewatch.
You're actually currently on my 5th watch of the Maul show. So yeah,
epic, so cool.
But you haven't gotten spoiled for anything, or have you seen like?
Spoilers? No. Obviously, I like looked at all the spoilers.
All right, moving on. So the Hutts, they hire Embo and his dog Marek. So, what did you guys think of Marek? In live action. Obviously, his character design is not a human. It's humanoid, but they can't just hire a person to do his character. What do you think of Embo in this movie?
Him. Best part of the movie, honestly. One of the best parts of the movie. Scene, super cool, fast. His fighting with Mando in that temple or whatever, the throne room scene, was epic. Like, I loved him. I thought it was all. There was no complaints on me on his character at all.
Grace, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the dog was great. I thought Embo generally was cool. So that was I didn't really have a reaction to the dog. I guess it was fine. I didn't like that it was trying to eat the Anzellan. That was kind of stressful.
He wasn't going to eat him. He was just playing with them. They were buddies.
No, he was playing with his food.
Yeah, that was not a friendly play. That was we were one scene away from full consumption.
Poor Babu.
It wasn't Babu.
I don't know if that was Babu, but
I don't think any of those
was Babu.
I don't think any of them were Babu.
Give us
if any of them were Babu, it would have been that one. Because he had the same head like dress as Babu does. So, but I don't think any of them were. But if there was one, it would have been that one, and it would have.
We'd have to check just the credits to see if they had the Anzellan to any names.
The RC.
I thought that maybe they are voiced by the person that did Babu Frick. Like
probably
the same person, I think.
They were one of the most comedic reliefs of the movie as well. Like they were hilarious. Every single time they said anything, like "We told you we'll be back," or "Mando," like there's so many parts in that. It was hilarious.
Good baby, bad baby.
Yeah.
On IMDb, it says the Anzellans, plural, voiced by one person, but none of the Anzellans are named, and the voice actress Shirley Henderson, so a female, did the voice. This is for all those.
Did she do Babu Frick?
I don't know. Let me go check.
Sky King 5112 is typing.
She did voice Babu Frick in episode 9.
Nice.
Oh, and so I'm on.
Oh, the girl who was moaning Myrtle.
Yeah, I just saw that.
That's cool.
That's funny.
I've been so locked in on Harry Potter recently.
Oh, Sky King just said that same thing.
Oh yeah, I was reading off of the chat.
Oh, I was reading off IMDb at the same time.
Oh,
interesting. Oh. Look at that. But Sky King beat us to it though, so because he was typing as I was looking. But yeah, I like Embo too. Like I thought at first, I was like, they severely underused him. Like we barely saw him. Like when he like kidnapped Mando, I was like, oh, that was pretty quick. That was one thing. I thought that fight at the house would have been more exciting.
Yeah, but
it was
the reason,
quick.
yeah, go ahead, Grace.
Oh no, I mean I think we're gonna say the same thing. I kind of liked it because like Mando's always just like so powerful, and I thought it was kind of epic that he just got like cooked immediately by Embo.
Well, because like in that scene, he's running right, and he's looking down at the floor. But then when the I can't say the word. When the alien gets picked up, yes, and they start screaming, is when he turns around, and then when he looks back, he steps on that mine. So I don't think he would have actually got caught if they weren't screaming, because he probably thought Grogu got picked. So when he looked back, that's in, because you see it like, and it's not slow motion, but you see it where he looks back and then he looks up and then he steps and then he gets shocked. So I think he wouldn't have actually stepped on that mine if he was actually.
But the thing is, like, he just happens to walk on one little spot in that whole entire radius of his house. Like it was like a
path. He was following the same paths behind him. It's like in Mario Kart, bro. Like you're not always gonna hit that banana, but most of the time you are, because it's gonna be riding the same pathway you're going.
Grace, you know about?
I know about Mario Kart.
Do you play it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
I mean, I don't own a Switch, but like when it's available to me, I get involved with Mario Kart.
Oh dang! Wow.
I had a Wii back in the day.
I didn't think you ever really played
a lot of Mario Kart the last 2 days.
Yeah. Because
my cousin has Mario Kart, the Switch too. So we've been playing Mario Kart World.
Don't say too much about these Mario games because we got some voicemails. So might be asking about the same thing. So don't say too much. Moving on. Yeah. So Embo. Yeah. So, but I like that they continue to use Embo after, because I'm guessing, in a sense, Boba Fett was kind of like the Hutt's main bounty hunter, and because Boba Fett's not a thing, they had to hire a new person. So maybe, he's on speed dial. Their number one speed dial, bounty hunter guy is Embo, which is kind of cool.
Also, Cad Bane got killed. Killed.
Well,
what?
That's true, because Cad Bane was probably their number one before Embo.
No, because Cad Bane never went with one group. He was working for the Pikes.
Oh.
True. Yeah, you're right. He was. He wasn't working for the twins. He was working for the Pikes at the time.
And Cad Bane's character, he's never going to be like a one-side thing. He's going to take wherever the highest bidder is, and he'll work for anyone.
Well, and we also find out that Mando's never worked with the Hutts.
Yeah.
It was kind of implied, yeah. But I think it was kind of just crime syndicates in general also. I also got the vibe. But he had a particular aversion to the Hutts.
Yes.
Yeah.
He avoided them.
He's a good guy. Also,
something we didn't mention that I really liked is when he talks to Rada the first time. He introduces himself like the way like people would talk to Jabba. Like he said that like phrase.
Oh.
I'm not gonna try to say it. When Rada's getting the massage and he walks down there and he says Wariwamba or whatever that phrase is.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was a cool nod and also a cool detail that they added. Because it shook him up and was like, oh, this is a serious conversation. Right. I thought that was pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, but I guess I was saying like I think when that throne room fight with Embo was really good. Like the first time watching, I didn't really catch it or really pay attention. But the second time, I was like this choreography is really good. Like Mando is a real person, like when they're filming, and Embo is completely CGI, and they really blended them together really well. And I think they probably mocapped Embo fighting with someone. So it was like
even when Mando was fighting Rada, it was really good. Like I was thinking about that. I'm like, it's like full CGI, but it looks like he's actually fighting him. Like it looked really.
I also thought it was weird in that when they fought each other in the arena, how they took all of Mando's weapons except for his like tether thing, which is kind of funny. But all right. Well, anyway, that was Embo, and so he's just there and then he escapes at the end. But whatever. But yeah, so Mando, he is captured. He gets delivered by Embo to the twins and has his helmet removed. And he's like, all right, well, he's like, oh, we dishonored you, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to shame you. It's going to be great, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, if I can kill you two, because you're the only two that see my face, then it doesn't matter. And then he tries to get up and then he gets dropped down into the pit. Classic Hut move. They have a trap floor.
Of course they do.
And at this point,
was kind of cool.
Yeah, and also it was revealed that they have Rada and he's being tortured. And he's like, Huts live for hundreds of years, and he's going to be tortured for hundreds of years because of this. I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, expensive electricity bill.
Yep.
Thank you for the pity chuckle.
So yeah, he falls down into the water below. He fights these 3 dragon things that are like lizard things that we saw in like episode 4, A New Hope. I think they're in the cantina. They're like bounty hunter things. And they're kind of scary. I wish we got more like up close and like not in water. We saw them in the ship a little bit later on, but like you didn't really get good ship. I would think it'd be cool to see more of them like just fighting. But then he kills them, whatever. And then there's this giant, I forget what they call it. Dragon snake thing.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. The dragon snake.
Grace, you didn't like him or what?
No. Yeah.
You had a reaction like...
I was trying to remember what the name was, but I guess it was Dragon Snake, so...
I thought it was a cool design. Like...
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it was hanging out for the first 5 minutes of that water battle, but it came out somehow, and Mando...
That's a good point. Where was it for like the half of the... And why didn't it eat the aliens first? Unless it's like a different cage. I don't know. Later on, they released the aliens, remember?
Well, the aliens were there first. Those 3 brown guys. Lizard things. And he kills those 3. And then they got more of them that are released into the jungle to try and track them down.
Yes.
But yeah, so like he kills the 3 little dragon things, and like the Huts are like, wow, you actually entertained us. Here's your helmet back.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get to his helmet while he's fighting this dragon snake thing. Blah, blah, blah. Well, so as all this is going on, Grogu has traveled to Nal Hutta in the Anzillan's little, like 2 foot tall, 6 feet long ship, which somehow has a hyperdrive. I don't know how that thing has a hyperdriving, but whatever. It doesn't have to make sense. Mm-hmm. They sneak their way into the palace, and Grogu has a time grenade thing, and he just sets it and starts going. And Mando's like, sees them and is like, go, like, don't like sit there, you're gonna die. And so whatever, he blows the thing and he escapes with Grogu, but he got bit by the dragon snake, which has a poisonous bite. So then the Hutts, they release all the droid army thing and go find them, and they get to the Anzillan ship, and he's just like, well, I can't fit, so Grogu, you go. And the Anzil's like, we'll come back for you, Mando, or whatever.
Yeah, that was a good impression.
Yep. They have a very they were more articulate than Babu Frick. Like they said more than Babu Frick. Unless it was all 4 of them combined had the same, there's adding more dialogue. But they were funny, whatever. But Mando, because he's poisoned, he eventually collapses, and then Grogu, he didn't leave, he stayed. And he used
Force heals.
Force heals. Oh, he just force heal like the poison also? I was thinking. Nope, he can only force heal the wound.
Yeah.
I guess force healing is not taking poison out.
I assume my headcanon on that is that he's just like, he doesn't get it. He's like, oh, I healed him. Why isn't he getting better? Like, he didn't understand that there was poison.
Well, maybe he didn't know he was poisoned.
Exactly.
He started waking him up like right away, and he wouldn't up.
Yeah, he wouldn't have known because but he's also force sensitive. He should just sense the danger. Like,
he's like a babe. Toddler.
Oh, right. Ray would have been able to do it. Because she read the Jedi text that taught on that.
Yeah.
So there's this like a montage of Grogu taking care of Mando. He builds a hut, just like Yoda's hut. So like, oh, I guess that species just knows how to naturally make mud huts. Grace, did you laugh out loud when he pushed Mando in and hit his head like 3 times? Like,
I did.
I was like, the first hit, I was like, okay, that's funny. The second and third, like, okay, I get the gimmick. Let's keep going.
The third hit, I was like, do we need to worry about like a concussion because that scar is like pretty heavy.
Yeah. So, and so then this Grogu going through the woods, he finds some weird like hillbilly rat dragon guy. I don't know what the heck he was, but he knows how to do. He just knows a remedy to like take care of the poison. He doesn't know what the
dragon is probably a like common species of that planet. Yeah. So if you live in the swamp and you are of the swamp, you probably have had something. I feel like
he's like a native population.
Yeah, so he knows because
I feel like everything the huts have, they import. I feel like no hut, like nothing's there except for.
That's because the huts are the colonizers.
Possibly, or they're just whatever. Okay. So
yeah, Hutta, is that where the huts are from?
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, Grace. That doesn't. They're not colonizers. That's where they're from.
The fish guy is the colonizer. The rat dragon, as Jeremiah called him.
Dragon thingy.
I don't know. I can't. Whatever. He looks he kind of looked like what's his face? The pod racer guy.
I agree. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what is that guy's name?
He did look like
Sebulba.
It looks like him, but it's not the same. I don't think it's the same species.
What is that species called? Oh, I know. Doug. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the Dougs have 4 arms and walk on their.
Yeah.
Yeah, they walk on their hands.
Was more like the huts are actually from the planet Varl.
Okay.
Sorry, you're at sea.
I'm gonna look into Nal Hutta a little bit.
Because Nal Hutta is where they brought like Zero and like his mama was there in that swamp area, right? But anyway, yeah. So at one point, Embo and the dog goes and meets with this guy to like, have you seen anything type of thing, and he sends him away. Whatever.
And he tells him like the guy I'm looking for, he might be dead already, because essentially that's what we assume, but somehow he knows because he says like, oh, he also said that your friend was bitten by a dragon snake, so he's poisoned, so he might be gone already, but here's this, you can give him this.
He said dragon snake?
Yeah, he says dragon snake.
How would he know?
Because Embo told him that he was bitten by
Embo
because the Huts knew that he was bitten by a dragon snake. Because
I ignore
they
that now.
say that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Embo told him that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he said he said.
No, we didn't hear him say it.
But
he says like your friend was bitten by a dragon snake.
But anyway, yeah, Grogu gives the remedy. And Mando wakes up the next day and he goes, and then whatever, like, how are we going to get out of here? We got to figure out what to do. We got to, like, either we can run and the Hutts will chase us for the rest of our lives, or we can just go and end us today. And Grogu's like, let's end him today. Like, oh, dang Grogu, like, wanting to commit genocide against the Hutts, I guess.
That was after they got their ship.
What's with Grogu and genocide? First, he wants to kill off the frog people, like in Mando season 2.
True.
Now he wants to commit genocide against the Hutt.
He's been hunted since he's remembered anything. His whole life, he's been hunted by Order 66. Everything.
Yeah. So I guess. Okay. I guess
if you're not with me, you're against me, kind of thing.
Grogu needs to go to some sort of therapy to work through his
therapy.
Dark Grogu.
Ooh, yes, please. Let's go that route. That'd be dope.
But yeah, so they're like, all right, we're gonna take out the Hutts. So they find that Grogu shows them that there's this, that ship, the Gunrunner ship. So they load up on weapons, and
that conversation was after they got their ship.
Right. And so basically they just take that Gunrunner ship and just kamikaze their way towards the Hutt Palace. And
so I don't think that ship would have made it out because it was already out one burner, one engine. But it
was probably far enough away where they could have
repaired it.
Or I'm saying, like, if they were to leave, like, I don't think one engine would be enough to take out its hyperdrive. The hyperdrive is not based on the engines, I don't think, per se.
I see.
But they kamikaze into the palace. Not sure why they just assumed that they would live. Kamikazing into
the Force.
But I guess it is like a soft terrain, like when it's like all gooey, fleshly thing. I don't know if it's.
I had the same thought, Jeremiah. I was like, "What?"
Well, I guess maybe because
the one time that hitting a solid surface doesn't cause the ship to blow up, but that's okay. I didn't want Grogu to blow up.
But it was maybe Mando just knew it was a goopy.
It's like a hive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they go in. They start fighting their way through. Then they get to those two giant. Gundams, basically. And they're just there. It's like a video game boss battle where they got to fight these two giant things, and they make their way into the throne room, and the twins are terrified. I thought it was great that they were actually scared. We got information. You want information? We can get you information, and whatever. Grogu, he goes, unhooks Rada from his torture stasis thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Embo shows up, and it's just a Hutt on Hutt fight. Embo is fighting Mando. Grogu puts Marok the dog asleep.
That was cute.
I forgot about that. He made that Rancor fall asleep or whatever in the Book of Boba Fett. So that's pretty cool. And then the Hutts, they're fighting on top of the trapdoor and eventually falls through. And then I was like, okay, how is this going to play out? And I totally forgot Grogu can use the Force. And I was like, why is Rada lifting up out of the floor? I was like, I did not understand it until they showed Grogu. But, oh, I guess that makes sense now. And the dragon snake thing swallows the twins, which that didn't really make sense. They did not do that to scale correctly, because the head of the dragon snake was only a little bit bigger than a human, but the Hutts were way bigger than a human. But when it was being swallowed,
like a snake.
Yeah.
I know that, but when you look at the size of the head of the dragon snake, it wasn't stretched out huge like it does when a snake.
Yeah.
So I was like, they didn't scale that properly, but whatever. So
it was still cool to see it in the body, and you can see both of them.
Yep.
That part was pretty intense. I like that part.
And
I love that scene. I think that's the best scene in the whole movie, is that whole throne room battle.
Yeah.
Because even at one point, the girl Hutt was like, "You're going to kill us all," because she knew that the floor was caving in.
Right.
And then right after that, it caved in. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then when Embo falls in there too, she's like, they're like, "Bounty hunter, save us. And then he just runs out that thing, and he
that was so cool.
they just die.
Yep. So it's cool that Embo's still alive and kicking, and his dog. Which I knew he was still alive because I think at some point in something like he's alive during the sequel trilogy, but he's retired. So he's.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that, didn't they? What? Something like that. I think I've heard something like that.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's what it's from though. It's probably just from like a visual dictionary or something. I don't know. Reference book. But yeah, so then at this point, the Anzellans have alerted the crew at the base, and they come in with X-wings and a couple of Y-wings and a U-wing, and they take out everything. And that was a really cool battle. I like those Hutt like droid ships, those gold ones. I thought those were really cool design. How they came out of the ground, and like some of those droids were pretty cool with like their cloaks on and stuff. Whatever, those were kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they take out all the defenses, and then
because they mentioned they hired like the Hutts hired droid something. I forget what the word was.
It's a droid guild or something like that. Because they were like repurposed like things and put together different things, which is kind of weird. Like the Hutts.
Oh no, yeah, it was a different name, like the droid
something. Yeah, I don't remember what
it was. A weird name,
but it was like a.
Yeah, so you will know.
I'm assuming it's like some sort of like the Techno Union. They had their droids. Like they hired like a company that like sells recycled like eBay.
The droid Gatra.
Gatra, that's what's called.
Yeah.
So some of those droids were pretty cool looking.
I think all of them are really dope.
Yeah, and then they shoot some rockets into the palace and destroy the entire palace. And it's implied that all the Hutts are now dead, not just the twins. Because earlier in the movie, when Mando was walking through the palace, he's like going past rooms, and there's like they all have different Hutts in them. So it's implied that the crime syndicate has been completely dismantled, and Rada is the only one alive. Now, there's probably other Hutts throughout the galaxy that are but it's implied that the syndicate itself is now dismantled. So
it's pretty cool. That's a big plot thing.
Yeah, but it's just like, how is it going to move going forward? Because I'm assuming, like we said earlier, Rada is probably going to be working with the New Republic. So
it'd be cool to see him in a suit. When Zeb's like, I think I have an outfit that fits you.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was like, where would you have that outfit that fits
so they're back at the base, and like the Anzellans are with, I think it was with Zeb, and one of the Enzos was like, "First round's on me."
Yeah, that was so funny.
And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
No post-credit scene. I was hoping there was going to be something, but I just wish the movie ended with Zeb getting a call from Hera saying Thrawn has returned.
Yeah.
It would have been so easy just to put that there like as like a post-credit scene or mid-credit scene where it's like the movie itself is standalone, but they have that little thing at the end to like point to the next project moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you would have needed, and you would have liked the movie even more.
I would have. But
it's fair.
But that was the way that they gave us. So
yeah.
So at the end of the day, like I said, this was not the way for me, just because nothing really happened that mattered. But you guys are on the "this is the way" train path still.
Yeah, I think we should be. This is. But like, at the end of the day, it was very fun that we had a movie that we got to see in theaters. It was new. True. People are talking about it. I'm talking about it with you guys. Like,
yeah,
we should. There is a lot to be grateful for.
Grace, was there anyone else in your life that saw it that you could talk to about this, or were you the only one?
No, I was the only one. My parents saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just haven't talked to them. So, but I do think one of them sent a voicemail.
Yeah. Fun. Anything else you want to say about this movie? Any final thoughts? Any theories? Any things that we missed that you want to quick go over?
I don't think so.
Do we think that we get a season 4 of this show, or do you think that no? You think this is it? No more Mando and Grogu?
Yeah,
we'll get more Mando and Grogu, but it'll be in the Thrawn movie.
It'll be in the Thrawn movie, or like a Bo-Katan show potentially.
They're not going to.
Hey, we don't know, bro.
They're not going to. That would have been announced by now, and they're not going to do another Mandalorian show.
No.
So yeah, I think Ahsoka season 2. Maybe they'll add something else after Ahsoka season 2, but then after that, it's going to be the Thrawn movie, which is going to end the Mandoverse. So
I don't think I wouldn't even say we would. I don't even know if we'll see him in season 2 of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're going to see him in the Mandoverse.
I think with Ahsoka season 2, half that movie is going to be, in our galaxy with the Republic addressing Thrawn's return, and then the other half is going to be Ahsoka on that witch planet and doing crazy stuff over there. So it's there's going to be a lot of New Republic action in Ahsoka season 2, and if Mando is still directly involved with tracking down warlords, I think he's going to be. He might not be a main character, but he's going to pop up at least once.
He could have like the Boba Fett, a couple episodes of just him and Grogu.
No, they're not going to do that with Ahsoka.
I don't want that with Ahsoka.
Bro, you don't know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, true. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that show, though. Apparently,
I'm just mad it got delayed.
It got delayed to 2027. So,
and I have been scouring Reddit trying to find a trailer or something, but I don't. There was a trailer that they showed, but I can't find it on the internet anywhere. If anyone has a link, please put it in the chat.
A lawyer wanting some illegally leaked thing.
I mean, who knows if it's illegally leaked? I was just looking on Reddit. I did find this comprehensive Google Doc, though, of all the reported information and rumors about the show. Again, on Reddit, so who knows the legality.
If it's on Reddit, it's not illegal, right?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, don't ask too many questions.
Remember, ignorance of the law does not mean you're innocent.
That is true. That is true. Also, I was looking pretty extensively into the law of self-defense while we were talking, and things are looking very bad for
Rada.
Yeah, because first of all, for self-defense to kick in, you can't be the initial aggressor. You have to be in the right. You have a duty to retreat. There's all of these elements that I just do not think he's fulfilling. But
you're in though too, right?
It does depend. Yeah. If you're in Minnesota, it's very hard to plead self-defense. It's one of the hardest states to
Interesting.
But if you go to Texas,
Florida,
it's pretty free game. So
yeah, and it depends. But that's a lot of times if you're in your house, right? Because there are special rules for defending.
Castle laws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not where we get all hypothetical. We're not really commenting on the actual law.
I feel like Grace needs to start her own podcast of law in
Star Wars law
in fictional Dune law.
Dude, that'd be cool. Guys, I would listen to that.
I'm not good at law. Remember, we're pivoting careers.
I said earlier that I've never watched Twilight, but if she wanted to do law in Twilight, I'd watch Twilight and then be on an episode with.
Why is it legal for a vampire to eat someone?
That sounds really
Self-defense in a vampire.
I've only watched one Twilight movie, though. I don't know that much about Twilight.
Oh, really? I seen them all in theaters. But
whoa!
Conversation for a different day. Let's go.
I should have known. You would be the one on the podcast to have watched Twilight.
I feel like that's only because of Stephanie, though.
No, that was before Stephanie.
I guess that was when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
That's because that's a different conversation.
For all right.
Anyways, voicemail
that
time.
Was the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That's it. All right. Let's transition over to everyone's favorite time of every episode, voicemail time. It's voicemail time. All right, fun. Well, we have about 4,000 voicemails tonight because Grace was like, hey, friends, send voicemails in. So we got a lot of voicemails tonight. And unfortunately, Drew can only stick around for one voicemail. He has to leave early because it's late and he has his kid that he has to take care of and whatnot. But I said he stay for the first one because it's a funny one that is directed at all three of us. And first one is from Sky King, and he makes fun of us three as individual podcast hosts, and it's really funny. So,
oh no,
let's take a listen to number one from Sky King.
Him, you, Sky King. Glad we get to listen to you guys' review of the movie. I just gotta say, Drew, I like what you're saying, man. You got some good takes, and I totally agree. And Jeremiah, I feel like you've got some hot takes there. I don't know if I can get behind it, but man, you do you. And Grace, we all know Grace probably Googled everything and spoiled the whole movie before watching it. So that's crazy to me. I don't know what's going on there. But I got a question for you guys. Have you heard of or seen the new Netflix show, The Burrows? The new show from the Duffer Brothers, and it's like Stranger Things, but with old people in a retirement community. And it was pretty good. Just finished it last night. It wasn't quite as good as Stranger Things, but I feel like it kind of scratched that Stranger Things itch for me after the show's been over and haven't watched it in a little while. So yeah, let me know if you've seen it, what you think. If you haven't, I recommend it. Thanks. Bye.
All right, thank you, Sky King.
That was hilarious.
I like how he just
funny.
anticipated our personalities. Drew was like, "Yeah, I agree with Drew." Jeremiah got some hot takes. I don't know if I can agree with that. And Chris probably Googled everything and spoiled the movie beforehand. But
no, I literally after I said I was on that Google Doc from Reddit, like spoiling the entire Ahsoka show.
Yeah, that was kind of spot on. And that's funny.
Funny.
Oh, I like that he likes my opinions on things, so that's pretty cool.
Yep.
But I've heard people talk about this show.
I have never heard of it. I don't know. Like I said, with movies, I don't know what's going on in movies.
But people were saying that they enjoy the show, but I didn't know it was by them. Like I didn't realize that was by them. So now I'm definitely gonna take a look at it. Like I'll probably watch it, or at least try to watch it. Because why not?
Yeah. I saw it. It's like it's like one of the top shows on Netflix right now. So I did see it, but
But Grace has to watch Stranger Things first before she watches The Burrows.
You've never seen any of it?
I can't watch it. It's too scary. I can't watch shows that are scary.
It's not scary.
It's 4-year-old.
I am a 4-year-old. Yes. I want, you know what I want? Speaking of children, is that like $500 Grogu animatronic?
Oh, the hot toy one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I think Miles needs that.
No. But yeah, because right now the animation Stranger Things show is out.
I haven't watched it yet, and I heard it sucks.
Yeah.
But
it's okay. But the toy is at McDonald's, and yesterday we went there, and he got a Happy Meal, and it was like of like the Demogorgon or like the monster from that series. Really? And he opened it up. He's like, "This is scary. I don't want this." And he tried throwing it out the car window, and I was like, "Bro, chill out." So yes,
yeah,
it is. Jeremiah is kind of scary. Like,
thank you.
Steph can't watch it. She gets nightmares.
There's scary like moments, but it's not like scary meant to be like scary. Like it's just okay.
No,
there's monsters
like a horror movie.
There's like monsters on screen, but it's no different than monsters in Star Wars or monsters in.
Yeah, Miles jumped and got scared of the rat thing that Grogu sprayed with whatever he had in the eye.
Yeah. That was scary. Yeah. I also jumped.
Good shot,
Miles
baby.
Jumped. Yeah, good shot, baby. Miles jumped so loud. He's, "Dad, that was scary. You didn't tell me there's scary parts like out loud in the theater." I was like, "Bro, chill out."
Stop, Miles. You're embarrassing me in front of everybody.
Dude, okay. So the other day it was like yesterday. I was like singing a song out loud publicly, and he was like, "Dad, stop." I was like, "Bro, you're 4 years old. How are you already embarrassed of me? Like, this is bad." Like, he's 4 and he's like getting embarrassed of me like singing at him. I was like walking away. I was like, "Bro, you're 4. Like, what are we doing?" It was funny.
All right, fun. All right. Well, time to say goodbye to Drew.
Bye, Drew.
Bye. See you next week. What are we doing next week?
We're off next week because we're putting our fan movie reviews on next week. So we're off next week. But if you want, we'll talk about it later. But our fan reviews will be YouTube exclusive for anyone who's listening and wants to go see some of our fans.
I thought it was on Patreon exclusive.
I accidentally said that last week, but that was not true. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Drew is gone. So let's listen to number 2 from Sky King.
Empire Radio at Sky King again. For some reason lately, like yesterday and today, I've had the Super Smash Bros. Character Select theme song stuck in my head. So I was thinking, have you guys played Smash Bros. Very much throughout your life? If so, or if not, who would you main in Smash Bros? For me, it's if we're talking about GameCube, Super Smash Bros. Melee, I main Link, or mostly actually Roy from Fire Emblem. Or if we're talking about Ultimate on the Switch, I usually main one of the Mii characters like the Gunner or the Fighter or Zero Suit Samus.
Oh no.
So yeah, who do you main? Also, if Star Wars had a Super Smash Bros. Game, who would you want to play as? Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Sky King. I have never really played Smash Bros. Seems like Grace's reaction was she's never played Smash Bros, which is just...
I don't even know. He was like speaking another language. I just Googled it while the question was asking, though, so I have some sense of what he was talking about now. Link is the guy from Legend of Zelda. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's cute. I like him. I would pick him, or I'd pick Princess Peach.
All right, fun.
Who would you pick?
I think I picked... Or when I have played it, I think it was like way back on GameCube when I was like in middle school. So I probably did Pikachu or something, or a Pokemon.
That's cool. Yeah. I had a pink Nintendo DS that I used to play Mario games on. Well, not like Mario Kart and like Super Mario.
And what was this other question? Oh, if Star Wars had the same format, who do you want? Well, everyone's going to say like Maul or Anakin or one of those top players, but I feel like you just got to know how to use the characters and you can be good with anybody. So
yeah.
But if you could play a video game character from Star Wars, like to fight against...
I'd pick Ahsoka. Double lightsabers. That's pretty cool.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, we have... Most of the next ones are from Grace's friends and or family. So next up, we have one from someone named Spencer. So let's take a listen.
Spencer is my law school friend.
Hey there. Looking forward to listening to this podcast. I was just wondering what you thought were the historical and ideological antecedents and kind of influences on Emperor Palpatine and his coup in what I recall was Episode 3 of Star Wars.
Whenever someone can use the word antecedent, that's a good day. Which is funny because the only time I ever had that word used in like real life settings was when I took biblical Greek in college. It's like, the antecedent, is the word you get like the word previous that is used to interpret the word that comes next, like how you use it. So, and what's the plural of antecedent? Antecedences or antecedenti? So what antecedents preceded the fall of the Empire from Palpatine's perspective?
Or is he asking us like what historical characters like Palpatine is like?
I thought he was referring to like in universe, like what were the things necessary for him to create the coup, cause the coup, like, but more like not like his like scheming with the clones, but like culturally and galaxy wise. I would say like just like the corruption of the Senate, like it was weak, falling apart, resources were spread thin. And it was easy to like manipulate them from that perspective. To like
exactly, once the legislative branch wasn't functioning, the executive branch swooped in to pick up some of the slack, started accumulating power. We don't really have any sense of whether or not there's a strong judiciary in Star Wars. And then all of a sudden, we're off to the races of authoritarianism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic conflict. That's how it happens in real life. So I guess it says Star Wars mirrors our reality a lot in many ways. So those are the antecedences that led to the fall of the Republic. Next up comes from Cosmo, Grace's dog. So let's take a listen.
No way, Cosmo.
This is a question for Grace, referencing back to your appearance on the podcast, and you're talking about the princess and the scoundrel, and Mon Mothma's involvement in wedding planning for Han and Leia. I wonder if, given how the wedding turned out, you would consider having Mon Mothma as your wedding planner.
Oh.
Thank you.
Wow. I don't really remember a lot about her role, but it was definitely like the Ewok-led wedding, Ewok cultural wedding.
Yeah, but we do know about Mon Mothma planning a wedding from Andor, right?
Right. So
and that was a great wedding. I was locked into that wedding.
Right, but I don't know if was that wedding specifically for the child wedding, then it would be different than an adult wedding.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, would I trust Mon Mothma to plan a wedding generally based on that credential? Like, yes.
Okay.
Would
you want her to be your wedding planner though? Like, she could do it, but would she be your first choice?
Well, who are my other choices in the Star Wars galaxy? Just like out of curiosity.
I got one for you that you're really going to like.
Padme?
No. Axel Greylark.
But he's a man. I wouldn't want to be my wedding.
He's so fashionable, so trendy, so like he's been to like so many like fancy things in his life. I feel like he could make a lavish wedding.
Only if I was actually getting married to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you'd want to marry him, but I think Axel Greylark could be a wedding planner and get away with it.
I think so too. Though he's just a little bit unreliable. Like I feel like he might go on like a multi-day kind of gambling.
This is what you do though. You hire him to do it, but then you have Gela there to keep him in line.
You have Gela. But Gela would be a terrible wedding planner. She's so like austere and like boring.
But she'd keep Axel in line though to get the job done.
She would. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
that was a funny question from my dad. My parents would clearly like me to get engaged.
Well, that's kind of funny because the next voicemail came in as anonymous, but I'm pretty sure it's Grace's boyfriend. So let's take a listen.
Very quick question. What are your favorite legal moments from Star Wars?
That's it. Was that your boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Legal scenario, legal moments. What would you say is your favorite or favorites?
Yeah. Well, we have the like moment where Palpatine like takes over control, like turns the Republic into an empire in Episode 3. That's kind of legally.
Episode 1 when the vote of no confidence and like to get Valorum taken out and Palpatine instated, like that was his whole plan. So that's a pretty but
legally. Ahsoka's trial.
Yeah, there's that. There's a line in the Clone Wars that I really like. Whenever it pops up on YouTube, I always have to watch it because it's such a great clip. It's like one of the episodes where like something happens in the Senate that didn't go Palpatine's way, and might have been Padme's doing or whatever, stopped something that Palpatine wanted, and afterwards the episode ends with like Mas Amedda talking to Palpatine. Like Mas Amedda's like, "What are we gonna do about this?" And Palpatine's like, it's simply remarkable how words of one person can sway the thoughts of millions of people. And he's like, for now we must adhere to the principles of our democracy. We must let the wheels of the Senate turn.
Oh, that is a good line.
It's such a good thing. Like, all right, my plan didn't go, but we just gotta let the thing do its course, and then we can move on. So that's an interesting thing. But I feel like the Clone Wars is like the main like political thing that we see. Like, we don't get a lot. Like, we get stuff in like the High Republic stuff dealing with the Nihil, but with Chancellor, whatever her name is, but like Chancellor So. But that's mostly a Jedi thing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Grace's boyfriend. Adhere to maybe that previous voicemail's implications. I don't know.
Yeah, I better ask him how he feels about having Axel Greylark plan our wedding.
Does he know about Axel Greylark?
No. And he will never listen to this, so we're in the clear. We can speak with openness.
Okay. So then we could say, so what aspects does your boyfriend lack that Greylark has that you wish your boyfriend had?
Okay. Well, we're not getting into that on the podcast, Jeremiah.
You're supposed to say your boyfriend is perfect in every way. That's what you're supposed to say. But you didn't.
That was literally what I was about to say. You didn't even give me a chance to finish. Like, obviously, my boyfriend is way better than Axel because he's not a criminal. And he cares about me. And he's nice. And he's sweet. And he's funny. And he's very fashionable. And doesn't wear, like, weird capes and stuff like Axel. Like, that's a bridge too far, even for me. And he's not British. Sorry to all of our British listeners, but like, you know.
Okay, that's okay. Good position on your boyfriend. Next up, someone named Maria. So let's take a listen.
So I know that at least one of you is really into history. So to what extent do you always find yourself like comparing fictional, fantastical events to, history and modern events? And what's an example?
All right. Thank you, Maria. You said at least one person. I like history. I might not be as big of a history buff as Grace, who has studied it professionally in college.
Not professional. Just in college.
Like, when you're in college, that's like counts as like you're not like being paid to do it, but it's like a professionally like conducted education system type thing, whatever, you know what I mean. But what connections to the real world do you like to see in Star Wars? Like,
no, you go first, Jeremiah.
Well, I like Andor season 2 with the whole like Gorman stuff with like the like World War II France / Italy type thing about them being occupied and stuff like that. That's clearly a nod to like World War II stuff, which is pretty cool. Like that European aspect ties to Star Wars is really interesting. Like, obviously there's a big tie to like Japanese and Asian culture stuff in Star Wars, which I'm less interested in, but you know, Jedi are basically a mix between samurai and European knights. So they're kind of like an overlap of the two cultures in a sense. That's pretty cool. But Star Wars does a lot of parallelisms between, like, even like with alien species, like Twi'leks are like French and Pantorans are South African and all this stuff. Like the Clone Wars arcs, like the Pantoran stuff is definitely like South African apartheid stuff. Like that's literally the same story. So I think it's pretty cool. What about you, Grace? What do you like in Star Wars that parallels real life?
I think, yeah, I've mentioned it before. I mean, I like all the things you just talked about. I like also how you can, like, Star Wars original movies were released kind of like as a commentary to the Vietnam War, because that's the time period in which the movies were being made. but like as the movies age and they're like set in different historical periods, like we can still kind of trace them onto our own current like political moment. Like there are lessons that we can take from Star Wars that still apply to like questions of politics or war today, and I think that's pretty cool. So that's what I would say.
All right, cool. Fun. Well, thank you, Maria, for your question.
Thanks,
next
Maria.
up, from someone named Adele. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Grace, can you tell us about your least favorite travel story? And if you're having a hard time thinking on the spot, why don't you tell us about the time that your car turned into a boat? Apologies for this having nothing to do with Star Wars, but hopefully it serves as a break if that's what you've been talking about this whole time.
All right, thank you, Adele. Well, at a previous episode that Grace was on, she told us that story of her Costa Rican trip.
Panama
trip. So I don't remember what episode that was, but it would have been like maybe like a year ago or something like that you went over that. So that's a crazy story. So go check out someone. If you're listening, you haven't heard that story, go back a few Grace episodes ago, and it was probably there. But was there any other crazy travel stories that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I have another good one. Also, just as a side note, so Adele is my brother's friend, but he's very cool, and he actually like is a very good swimmer and swam in the last Olympics. So he's also an Olympian.
Like for Team USA?
Yeah, his family is from Kosovo, so he swam for Kosovo. Yeah.
Oh, dang, that's pretty cool.
It's very cool. So we have now an Olympian on the podcast.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Okay. So I will try to keep this one brief, but when I finished doing like my master's degree in the UK, after that, I traveled with some friends to Tajikistan in Central Asia, because it's a country in Central Asia where they speak Persian, and I've been studying Persian, and we were traveling all around. No one really like speaks English there, so it was like a really good chance to practice the language. And we decided that we wanted to go to Uzbekistan, which is like next to Tajikistan, because there's this like famous city that was on the Silk Road called Samarkand. So, your Etsy is getting involved in this conversation. I'm very curious. Anyway, so we like drove to the border between Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, and we like got this guy to drive us, and we were like, okay, we're gonna go to Uzbekistan for 2 days, like come back to the border in 2 days. And so he dropped us off. We're in the middle of nowhere on the border. We like walk across the border, truly in the desert, in the middle of nowhere. Nobody speaks English, obviously. So we're like totally relying on our Persian. We cross over into no problem going. Oh, she's leaving. Okay, fair enough. I'm embarrassed. We go into Uzbekistan. My friend goes to the like passport control, no problem. And then they look at my passport and they were like, America? No. Because my friend was British. And I was like, what? And they were like, no, America, no. And I was like, okay, do you speak English? Like, what's going on? And they were like, we don't speak English. They didn't speak Persian either. They spoke Uzbek. So we're like standing in the border, and I was like, okay, like how much is this gonna cost? Is it like a $20 situation, a $40 situation? They're like, America, no. And I was like, okay, but like my friend, yes. So like, why America, no? And eventually we found some Tajik guy who could also speak Uzbek. And so he was like translating into Persian for us so that we could kind of understand. And it turns out that for Americans to cross the border into Uzbekistan, you have to have gotten a visa in advance. Like you don't need a visa to fly, but you do need to cross on land. And so I was not allowed into the country. We had to walk back across the border, at which point we were like in the middle of the desert, had nobody to drive us. We had to hitchhike with a man. We had to stay overnight with his family. Like I am shocked to still be alive today, but we made it.
That is crazy. Like, first of all, the first part of the story where you just get out of a truck and start walking into a desert, like I would never do that. Like I wouldn't even do that walking into like the state next to me, like into Wisconsin. Like That is an insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Maybe. Jeremiah, you know what? This is the one that I should have told you though, since you're like into religion. I climbed overnight, climbed up Mount Sinai in Egypt, in the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt.
Really?
Which is deep in kind of an ISIS kind of sketchy area. So to get to this Mount Sinai, you have to go through all of these checkpoints, and to do the sunrise climb, you have to drive through the night. So you go to Sharm el Sheikh, which is a resort town, and then you drive 3 hours through this really sketchy area. Pitch dark through these checkpoints. You then get to the mountain, and this was all in Arabic because again, none of these people really spoke English. So we were I was okay, are you going to give us a guide? They're yes, there'll be a Bedouin guide that will take you up the mountain in this pitch black situation. We show up there at 3 a.m. Our Bedouin guide is a literal child, truly a 12-year-old. That was the kid. I'll show you a picture. I'll show you a picture now, but yeah, we can go to the next question. It was insane. It was really cool though. We were the only people on the mountain as the sun rose. Very magical.
Send me the picture in Discord and I can put it in can I put it in the video?
Yeah. I wish I remember what the kid was named because the whole situation was so funny. I was trying to ask him why he wasn't in school and he was what are you talking about? But I remember we bonded over movies. I forget what movie he liked. I don't think it was Star Wars, but there was obviously a language barrier, but we were doing our best.
Okay, that's pretty crazy. Okay. All right, next up. So I have not listened to these next 3 because they were sent in while we were recording or whatever. But the email says this next one is from Grace's favorite person.
I assume that's my brother, but we'll see.
Well, is he your favorite person?
I love my brother.
Nikhil,
my boyfriend, is my favorite person.
Okay, so let's take a listen to whoever this is.
Hello. This message is for Grace and associates, assuming this is not a one-person podcast. Just wanted to say, huge fan of the show, to the fullest extent possible for somebody who still has absolutely no idea what this is, but is very excited about it. Anyway, since the voicemail prompt said to ask a question, presumably related to Star Wars, I guess I would like to know which Star Wars character you think would make the worst and most insufferable law school classmate.
Okay, thank you. So, Grace, who is this person?
No, that's my friend Sophia.
Did she send one before?
No, she didn't send one before. She's a year below me in law school. That was very sweet.
Sophia, so thank you for your voicemail about who would be the worst, she said law school classmate. Is that what she said?
Yeah. Yeah, you go first, Jeremiah.
I want to say Jabba the Hutt or something relevant, just because I feel like he doesn't smell that great and he's also a crime lord. So it's why is he here type of thing. I don't know. There's someone who would be annoying, I guess. I don't know what character would be annoying because hate to sit next to would probably be just another smelly alien species or something. But my answer is Jabba the Hutt or any Hutt, I guess.
I feel like Axel would be so annoying though. Going back to that.
No, you'd just be staring at him the whole time.
No, I would get annoyed. I'd be oh, he's rich. He's probably really smart. He'd be a competitor. He'd be really arrogant. He'd be the Draco Malfoy of law school.
But then he'd make you laugh, and then you'd forgive him, and just like with Gela, she got annoyed by him, but they had their emotions.
Anakin would be annoyed. I don't like it when my peers are better than me. So anyone who might be a competition.
You want to name names or anything like that right now? Make some shots fired, or they know who they are.
They know who they are.
Okay,
None of them are listening, I hope.
Let me me see. Okay. Next one up is also from an anonymous person. So this might be your boyfriend again. I don't know.
No, this is definitely. I hope this one is my brother or my mom.
Let's take a listen.
If you could go back in time and unwind Disney buying the Star Wars universe, would you do it? On the one hand, it seems like many of us dislike what Disney has done with the franchise, but they've grown the amount of content. So I'm just curious your thoughts on that.
All right, thank you. Was that your boyfriend again?
No, that's my friend Colin.
Okay. Well,
law school friend. We worked together in Palo Alto. He has a cute 2-year-old baby.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Colin. Oh, you go first.
Oh, I already forgot the question. Did Disney buy in Star Wars?
Yeah. So, are you happy with it, or would you go
back?
No?
Unhappy. 2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down?
I don't know. I like whatever. I think that there is a certain, we have, to a certain extent, it's never going to be as good as it once was. You got to let the past die, as Kylo Ren said. Kill it if you have to. It's fine.
So the thing is, people hate Disney Star Wars because of the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
But I feel like Disney gets a bad rap because of that. And saying that nothing else is good.
Sure.
I think most of the stuff that Disney has put out is good to great. There's only a few projects that I thought were not that great or terrible. The Acolyte, worst thing in all of Star Wars. The Book of Boba Fett, I didn't hate it. It's just kind of in the middle. It's just neutral. It wasn't bad or good, but there's still some really great stuff in there. But the Mandoverse and, Rogue One, Andor, Clone Wars Season 7, Rebels, Bad Batch.
Clone Wars Season 7, yeah, you're right. That alone proves the point. That was excellent. And
Rebels, that's still a phenomenal show.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Maul, Shadow Lord, that could end up being the best animated show, better than Clone Wars if it keeps going for 3 seasons. Andor, Skeleton Crew is just a fun show. It's not a bad. It's fun. It's lighthearted. I think most of Disney Star Wars is great, and it's created so many new Star Wars fans that wouldn't have been if Star Wars wasn't bought by Disney. So maybe if George Lucas made the sequel trilogy and then Disney took over and we got everything else that we already got from Disney other than the sequel trilogy, then it would have been fine. If it wasn't for the sequel trilogy, everyone, I think, would be more open to the goodness that Disney brought.
I see. I agree with you. Yeah. I've come around.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Thanks, Colin.
Next up. So before we got one that was just labeled as Cosmo. This one was labeled as Cosmo Alford Vogelsberg. Is that his official name? Full name? Do you want to explain that, or is that not going to...
My mom's last name is Vogelsberg. My brother's middle name is Alford.
Okay. So maybe this is from your mother and or brother, or would they live? Do they live in the same house so they could send it together? 2 people?
Nope. They do not. So I assume this is my brother. I don't think my mom is tech savvy enough to do the voicemail. I think that's the gist of the matter.
All right. Well, let's take a listen to who this person is.
As everyone knows, there's a profound connection, of course, between Star Wars and the Olympics, and specifically LA 28. So I wanted to hear a little about any general observations or thoughts you have on how the two cross over and impact each other, but specifically a couple of particular questions. Number one, if the Jedi Order were to field an Olympic team, what sports would they likely dominate in? And which Jedi athletes would be most dominant and across what sports. And then specifically focusing on track and field and the decathlon, a sport that requires a well-rounded athlete, which Jedi or other Star Wars character would likely do well. And then just the other thing I was wondering is if specifically pod racing ever were to become an Olympic sport, should we have the technology in this world, which host city do you think would provide the most interesting backdrop for pod racing? Hope those are fun questions to ponder. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, my brother's name is Britt. It was my brother.
Britt?
B-R-I-T-T.
Okay. Cool.
And he works for the LA Olympics. That's why he said that theme.
Okay. So first one, what events would the Jedi be commissioned to like be in part of? But I think that they could do almost all of them. Like you could get like a water species Jedi that would be good at swimming, or track and field, like high jump and stuff like that.
But also jump. Like the force like running. Like, yeah, this is the thing. It's like Jedi can't do the Olympics because they have the force, so it's not fair.
Right. But that would be a cool like book or something of like the Jedi have like I don't know, like in elementary school they have like field day where you just have like fun like a Jedi like competition day.
Yeah, or like Jedi sports, it's like Quidditch, but like for Jedi.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Of like events of like competing Jedi to like see this whatever they win. Like they did this in Lost Stars, like in the Imperial Academy, like they would compete against each other in the academy to like get points, kind of like with like Harry Potter. It was like 2 points Gryffindor, like it was kind of like that. So that'd be kind of cool. What was the second question? The deck.
And I like it too because like any sort. Okay, so the like running, jumping sports they could definitely do, and you could just like make it Jedi specific. Or like a soccer or a Quidditch or something is interesting because Jedi have the ability to like kind of like predict people's moves, so it would be like extra strategic.
Right. Jedi soccer, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly. So decathlon, I feel like we kind of covered.
But the one that the Jedi wouldn't do because it would be so uncivilized was like
the shooting,
the shooting ones. That would be funny. And then if pod racing became an Olympic event, what country would be the best for it? So it'd be something with canyon.
Or state. Yeah, so that was my thought. I was like Utah,
Grand Canyon, any of that kind of stuff. And there's probably a lot of places like that also in the Middle East where there's a lot of like canyons and open areas where they could do that. Or like even probably Africa and like the desert countries and stuff, or Australia.
True.
So
yeah, good question.
All right, well, I think that's all the ones from Grace's friends and family, but we have 2 final ones from an actual fan of the podcast. Yaretsi has 2, and those will close out tonight's episode. So let's take a listen to number 1.
Hey Empire Radio, it's Yaretsi. I really did like the Mandalorian Grogu movie. I enjoyed watching it. It was fun, and I didn't really need it to connect to the Skywalker saga. Zeb was an amazing character in the movie. I wanted Callus to be in it, but he's not. And overall, a good movie. I give it a 7.5 out of 10, technically. And it was just good, and I don't understand why it's getting hate. Well, I do understand. A lot of people are complaining that it's not connecting. It's not this big movie they thought it was going to be. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was just a really good movie, and it doesn't have to connect to everything. Like, bro, it was really fun, and Grogu's so cute, and Mando is Mando, and yeah, I loved it. Anyway, bye.
All right, thank you, Yaretsi. Yeah, we didn't talk a lot about Zeb, but he was kind of like a pilot. He was kind of like the chauffeur, the getaway driver. But he did have a time to shine when they took out that Imperial compound where they got captured coin, and he was in there with his bow rifle, taking out all those troopers. So that was pretty cool. And yes, you did mention Agent Callus should have been in the show, and he should have been the character that was Sigourney Weaver's character. Like that would have made more sense because he's former Imperial. He was high up in the ISB. Like he'd know these in some way, these commanders and warlords. And it would have been he would have had just the mind to like organize this stuff, organize investigations and whatnot, because it would have just been what he's already done as an Imperial, ex-Imperial. So they should have had him. I really think he should be in live action. People have said that Chris Evans should be cast as him.
Whoa.
Which I would agree. Someone did like a Photoshop of Chris Evans with his like mutton chops from like season 4 of Rebels, and it looked pretty spot on. So Chris Evans, if you're listening, text me. I'll give you Dave Filoni's number. But yeah. So she said 7.5 out of 10. I think she said for how much she rated this movie. So pretty good score. All right. Last one up from you, Etsy. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio, it's Etsy again. So, I'm assuming that y'all are assuming that the Hutts are gone. I personally do think the Hutts are gone. But my question is, with the Hutts gone, since they've been in power for like hundreds of years, with them gone, which crime syndicate is going to rise up and take that place? I need a series now, like a crime syndicate series now, not Maul Shadowlord. I need one where another crime syndicate rises and takes the place of the Hutts. I don't know. Black Sun, Crimson Dawn. There's so many. So that was my question. Anyway, bye.
All right, thank you. What crime syndicate could take over the vacuum left by the Hutts? I don't really know exactly who's all left at this point. Like we know the Pikes are there because we see them
but they kind of really got like humbled by Boba. I forgot about that.
So it's like we don't really know what's going on now that because I think with the Empire, they were able to, all the crime syndicates were able to like flourish in a sense because they kind of like worked kind of with the Empire a little bit and kind of like helped them out and all this stuff. Crimson Dawn, are they, since Kira left, like, are they even really functioning anymore?
If they want to come back, I'm always here.
Yeah, Crimson Dawn is pretty cool. Like,
that's my favorite.
They got the best fashion of all the crime syndicates.
Absolutely.
So, if Kira wants to come back and figure all that stuff out, but I don't know. Maybe after July when Grace is done with taking the bar and we can finally do that final Bounty Hunters comic, we can kind of see where things are because that takes place between episodes 5 and 6. So maybe that'll help us better understand like what players are still in play at that point. But I don't know. But Crimson Dawn, I think Grace and I are pretty tight on that answer.
Agreed.
All right, that is everything. That's a long episode. Grace has really wanted to go to bed now, so we'll just get over this. But if you want to get connected with us, just go on the description below, links.co/Empire Radio, links below to TOI's landing page for everything. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, join the Discord, send in a voicemail. Like we got a lot of first-time senders tonight. It's a lot of fun getting some random questions. Tell of one of your friends, hey, click this link, send a random voicemail that's family friendly, and it would be kind of funny to just get random voicemails from random people.
Use the word antecedent.
Yes, use that word a lot. That is, first look it up to know how to use it properly.
You know how I always remember, like there's antecedent, and then also like in law for some reason we always are saying like ex ante. But if you ever took Spanish in high school, like antes means before. So you can remember like antes is like anta, which is like antecedent, which means comes before.
Right.
That's how
also,
I remember it.
Antebellum.
Antebellum, that's true. Before war.
Pre Civil Wars, like when we use that usually here in the United States. It's like pre-Civil War time, antebellum, South. So yes.
Yes, between the War of 1812 and the Civil War.
Yeah, send in a voicemail about like that. Your favorite like technical term. Like what's your favorite like technical word? Like that'd be a cool, and then give like a little like etymological background of the word. Like
we love etymology.
Yeah, if I hear those voicemails, I will invite Grace on. Hey, we got a voicemail tonight about some random word. You should join the podcast, and she'll probably be on. But that is everything for tonight. So next week, I said we're going to be off, but then we're going to do some fun stuff. But check YouTube next week for our fan reviews that I'll be doing, recording some short little 15, 20-minute fan reviews with people. And Yaretzi's one of them. She's going to be on YouTube. So we'll get her thoughts with Sky King and some other few people from the Discord. So get excited for that. But you've been listening to the first ever movie review-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Grace.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.